Thanks for the host, Light.
You're welcome.
All right, so my initial plan, just to throw it out there. Hello again, everyone who's watching live. You can listen to this awesome character creation jazz music in the background that totally doesn't get old after hours of listening to it. I'm Ted from Nerd Immersion. We are doing an extra live stream. I'm going to be in this chair, in this spot, for the next 24 hours straight. But I'm going to be joined by Miss Light Nevea, who's next to me for those 24 hours. So that's something. I'm going to have everybody go down the line in just a sec to talk about who they are, where they can be found on the internet, if they can be found anywhere, and then a little bit about their characters. My plan was to have commands where I could say, like, Light is playing, and then hit enter, and then have that, but I didn't have time to set any of that up, because the bot I was working on said, guess what? You don't get to have this bot anymore. So that happened. But anyway, Light, you're to my right, I guess, on the way this is set up. So why don't we have you tell us a little bit about you and your character and all that good stuff.
All right. Hi, I am Light Nevea. You can catch me on Twitter and Twitch under the same name. I currently DM for Roll20 on Monday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. That's a little fun little game. Later this year, I actually going to be also DMing on my channel, getting that into the works with some people. So that's going to be fun. This time around, I'm going to be playing a character named Ash. She is a homebrewed fetchling, if I'm saying that right.
Mm-hmm.
Arcane, I was gonna say hunter, but that's not it. Archer. So yeah, that's all new to me, and we'll see how it goes for the next 24 hours. We'll see how I am at the end of this time around, right?
Yeah. Jal, how about you?
Yeah, I'm Jal or Jalinar or Alex, whatever you want to call me. And I'm currently known on the internet for working behind the website Chronicles of Tyria, which is a Guild Wars 2 fanfic website. So you can find us at chroniclesoftyria.com or Chronicles Tyria on Twitter. And this is going to be my first stream, so that's going to be fun. And I'm going to play a hill dwarf called Rubik Frostbeard, and he's going to be a Tempest cleric. So first time playing D&D 5e, and first time playing a cleric, so that's going to be interesting.
All right, and then I guess I'll go with When in Rome, right? Is that what we're going with? We'll go with that? Yeah.
Yeah, When in Rome or Laura, I don't care.
Okay, I mean, I don't want to be that guy, so.
Nope, yeah, I go by either, because I've had the name When in Rome for a long time, back when I did a podcast for Heroes, but anyway, this will be my first Twitch stream, so this is exciting. And also, I am playing Shannon. She is a halfling sorcerer who's all about magic, and it's going to be awesome because I'm really excited about all the spells I have.
And lastly, we'll go. I guess I'll go with again names. So Lazy Mermaiden down the right there.
Yeah, I'm Lazy Mermaid and also Katie, but mostly called Lazy. I am playing Scarlet. She is a human fighter, battle master. She is just a good one. She's a little stubborn. She likes to just help random strangers, but she's got a pretty good sense of humor because she just hung out with a bunch of bros a lot in her life. So she just wants to hit stuff and save people.
Yeah, so we've got a pretty diverse group. We've got a good group. We've got some range, we've got some damagey spells, we've got some melee and some healing. So we're going to be in a pretty good spot, all things considered, I think, which is good. So a couple of logistical things before we actually start the game. This is an extra life stream. So the point of this stream is, and part of the reason we're going 24 hours is, one, it's Extra Life's Tabletop Appreciation Weekend, and Wizards of the Coast just finished their official Dungeons & Dragons stream not less than an hour ago. We already lost. Nope, Giles back. I was gonna say we lost him for a sec. But what we're gonna be doing is we are raising money to help kids in need. So the donations, there's a link in the Twitch channel. I'm gonna put a link in the chat right now. You can also see it at the bottom of the screen here. I did a bit.ly link, so it's super easy. Actually, don't even need the HTTP there. It's just bit.ly/NI Extra Life to go and check out the page. Once you get there, you can scroll down to the bottom and you'll see information about all the characters and the players, who's playing at what time slots. We're doing 8 3-hour streams over the course of the next 24 hours. Some people you'll see will pop up. Actually, everybody here will be back at some point. Light's never leaving, so there's that.
Never.
A couple of other things. Your donations, again, 100% of the donations that you guys make go to help kids in need. None of the money goes to us, none of it goes to Dungeons and Dragons or anything else. It all goes straight to the hospitals to help the kids out. But as an incentive to have you guys donate to help these kids, it's also going to allow you to impact the way the game is played. You'll see at the bottom of my page, there's a list of things you can do. You can donate to give the players natural 20s or natural 1s. You can donate to give me, the Dungeon Master, natural 20s or natural 1s. You can give the players the aid of some random mysterious companion that you make up to help them in the next combat. You can give them a mount. You can give them magic items. You can give me monsters to throw in against them. At a $25 donation, anything of challenge rating 10 or less, or $100, you can put whatever the hell you want in this game, and we'll see what happens. No promises that everybody's going to make it out alive if you do that, but we'll see what happens. You can also donate to add a deck of many things into the game, to give the players wishes, and things like that. A lot of our players also have their own Extra Life page, so if you go and check those out, you can alter to change the way their characters are. I know Shannon and Scarlet are both set up there. They have things to allow you to add flaws to their characters, to add quirks and different things to them. If you want to donate to them, it all goes to the kids no matter what, whether it's my channel or them specifically. And then if you donate to them, then I don't have to keep track of how many natural 20s and stuff that they have, so that makes it easier for me. And also, when we break a total of $150 donated on my channel, we are adding the critical hit, critical fumble table into the mix for permanent, for going forward for the rest of this stream. What that means is that when any player rolls a natural 20, they will get to roll a second d20, and if that second number would still hit with their modifiers, then they'll roll a percentile and something interesting will happen. For instance, they could knock the enemy unconscious, or they could disarm the enemy's weapon, or if they roll 100 or better, they could end up with a DC 17 Constitution saving throw, or the enemy's instantly killed, or if they pass, they take quadruple damage instead of double. Things like that. However, there's also a critical fumble table, where if they roll a natural 1 and their second d20 roll would still miss, then bad stuff happens to them. So, not saying we want to see that happen, but if we see that happen, it's going to be a good time for everybody involved. So, I'm going to be flipping back and forth between my phone to watch my email. In case you guys send in donations, I'll get the email for it. So just keep that in mind. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it as far as logistics of this stream goes. We're going to attempt... Actually, I'm going to take myself off push to talk, because my finger's starting to hurt from talking this long. But the plan is to go as close to the full 3 hours for this guy's stream. They're in the beginning, so they get a little bit of time cut off, unfortunately, because we got to talk about the intro stuff. But the plan is to go for as close to the 3 hours as we can. If something comes up or we come at a good stopping point, or, bio breaks, somebody needs to grab a cup of coffee, myself probably being the biggest culprit of that, we'll take a short break and we'll come back. We've got the countdown going in the top right corner of the screen there. You can see how far. We're already 12 minutes in. Only another 23 hours and 48 minutes to go. But yeah, and then after each 3 hour session, some players will change up, some will stay. We'll kind of go on a little bit of break. The players. Oh, again, for you guys that are watching, we're not doing experience points for this thing just because people are flopping in and out all over the place. At the end of each 3 hours, each of the players will level up. That's more of a thing for, I guess, for Light, because she's here for the whole 24, so she's going to get the incremental 3-hour level up. Thank you, the Toasty Bird, for the follow. But if any of these folks show up and then leave, when they come back, they're going to come back in at a higher level so they can be on par with the rest of the party. Also, they're going to have more gold and some magic items that they've acquired in their little bit of travel while everybody else has been doing, well, whatever else they've been doing. Okay, I think that's everything for the intro. Does anybody have any questions or things they want to say or get out in the open before we actually dive right in?
Coffee tastes good.
Are you just taunting me now?
Yes, I am.
Jerk. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm just switch myself off of push to talk. Alright, so you guys can hear me still, correct?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna set the scene for you guys. This adventure takes place in the Forgotten Realms. The Forgotten Realms is Faerun. It's an official Dungeons & Dragons setting. It's the one that's created by Ed Greenwood. It's probably the most known. If you've ever heard of characters like Drizzt or something like that, Drizzt is from the Forgotten Realms, set in the same universe. So towns like Neverwinter and Waterdeep, Helm's Hold, the Spine of the World, the Unending Ocean, all of these things that you may have heard of in Dungeons & Dragons, they all exist in this universe. However, this is my universe, so things are always going to be a little bit strange and odd, and there's going to be weird characters. We're going to go with that. To set the scene, a little bit of background information. Ash, who is our Arcane Archer Ranger, is a member of the Emerald Enclave. It's one of the 5 major factions of the Forgotten Realms, the others being the Zentarum, the Order of the Gauntlet, the Lord's Alliance, and the Harpers. The Emerald Enclave is a group of typically rangers, barbarians, druids, people that focus on nature and love nature and want to preserve the balance between civilization and nature, don't let anything unnatural survive, that kind of thing. And she's a pretty high-ranking member. She's an Autumn Weaver, which is 3rd out of 5 ranks. So she's got a little bit of clout. And, she can go through and kind of pull in people as she might need to, potentially every 3 hours, to assist with her adventures. So I'm not going to reveal too much of her mission. She's on a secret mission of her own design for the Emerald Enclave, and they are in the town of, let's say, Waterdeep for this, and she has walked into a tavern that's run by members of the Emerald Enclave, and her superiors told her, we got some people we picked out for you. They're an eccentric group, but from what you said you need, these are going to be the people for you. Some of them are on loan from other organizations. Some of them just stumbled through. Some of them we picked up in the bar. Honestly, you came up with this mission. We trust you. So we're going to get you, throw you some greenhorns and stuff at you. They know some stuff, so here you go. And as we're set the scene, as Ash walks her way into the Sleeping Dragon Tavern in Waterdeep and works her way towards a table in a corner where there is a Emerald Enclave kind of green, it's a green kind of elk silhouette is their symbol and a banner on the back wall. And there, at that table, you see sitting, not necessarily close to each other, not necessarily friends, possibly even just quietly eyeing each other. You see a dwarf in plate mail. You see I want to say, gnome or halfling? I forget for
halfling.
Halfling. All right, a halfling with. Actually, why don't we have you guys describe your characters too? We'll have the 3 of you are at the table. Why don't we describe the characters? So, Jal, talk about Rurik for us.
Rurik is a kind of small dwarf. He's very young for being a dwarf. He's only 45 years old. And he looks like any other dwarf that you might imagine, except for one thing: his eyes are gray, and they're like a really weird kind of gray, and they're like disturbing. So that's what you notice when you look at him.
All right, and why don't we hear about Shannon?
Okay, so Shannon is a halfling. She's only about like 2 feet 5 inches, so she's pretty tiny. She's got bright red hair, like you can't miss it. Bright green eyes. Generally looks like she doesn't get out much. Maybe she's got her nose stuck in a book a lot. And she's probably eyeing the other two a little disdainfully.
All right, and this is probably the one I'm most excited for at the moment. Why don't we hear all about Scarlet?
Well, Scarlet, if she went to the doctor, you would have her be described as healthy as a horse. She's very tall, very muscular for a lady. She's very tan, has a butt ton of freckles, like she's been out in the sun for days and doesn't know what sunscreen is. And she's got kind of a wild mane of hair and some gray eyes that she, a lot of the times, will cast over people and give them a look that could peel the skin off their face, depending on what they say to her. And she just looks pretty relaxed. She's probably got some ale in front of her, and she's probably kind of eyeing the shorty next to her, wondering if she should offer her a booster seat or something.
All right, so Ash, you make your way over to the table, and well, I'm not entirely sure how you feel about your new group, but this is what your superior said. These are the folks we've picked for you. They have unique talents. Hopefully they'll help you on this mission that you've decided. So you make your way up to the table, and you see these three sitting there.
Hello, my name's Ash, and my superiors told me about you. Sorry.
Good things, I hope.
Yeah, Shannon like almost like gets up on the table to like shake your hand because she's so far away. She's like, "Oh, it's really nice to meet you. I'm really excited about whatever we're doing. Hopefully, there's a lot of cool stuff that we can find. Maybe cool. Yeah."
I just eye her up, and I look at her like suspiciously.
If nobody knows what I look like, I have white hair, very, very pale skin, and my eyes don't have any pupils, so they are actually glowing green. So
There you go. I forgot to ask you to do that, so good on you for for reminding me.
well, it'd be a quite adventure, so just hopefully we can find what I've been looking for.
What exactly are you looking for? What are we doing? I guess I'm confused.
I get closer to the table without anybody overhearing. A dragon egg.
That sounds exciting. So what about the dragon whose eggs it is? I mean, are we fighting a dragon?
I don't know. I've been guarding this egg for a very long time, and I went out to hunt for some food, and came back and it was missing. I'm afraid if it falls into the wrong hands, something bad will happen.
Well, yeah, I'd say that's reason for concern, definitely.
Again, to just throw this out there for you guys, I mean, you're adventurers. You've been adventuring at least for 5 levels worth, so you know dragons are nothing to be trifled with at the very least. But you kind of been pulled together by this other group to aid this somewhat strange-looking, almost elven-like creature on a mission to find a dragon egg that she's been, supposedly guarding. So it's grandiose. This is kind of a pretty, this is a big deal. Most people might live their entire lifetime without ever even seeing a dragon, and she's been guarding an egg for one. So just to kind of put you a little bit in your mindset about how you feel about all this.
So, you must be pretty high up there to have gotten this sort of job. What?
What, guarding the egg?
No, to be assigned to deal with this and get a group together.
Yes and no. The egg part, well, I've been watching it since since I was 10 years old. That was a mission to myself, and just to help, or actually trying to find people to help me. That was a mission on its own.
Okay, well let's go get whatever. Are we getting the egg? Was the egg lost? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening.
What is it for us? Gold, I assume?
Whatever treasures are out there. I just want the egg.
Yeah, you would, and Light, I'll tell you this. This, it wouldn't. You're not your average person is going to want to steal a dragon egg. I mean, a lot of people might think they want to do that, but realistically, the logistics of one, keeping it to the point where it could hatch or be raised, or be able to even be strong enough to do anything useful with it, that's probably not somebody, someone's probably got some power or at least knows some people. So there's the potential that in tracking this down, you're going to stumble across several different things, and the riches that you could find, well, you're not entirely sure, but there's probably going to be plenty gold to go around for the group.
So are you three still with me?
Yeah, I'm happy to help, gold or not. It's definitely could be real bad if this got into the wrong hands.
I mean, I'm already like halfway out the door. Let's go. I mean, what's the problem here? I'm excited.
If there's riches to be had, I will be there.
All right.
Thank you.
So, you guys start to head out of the tavern. You are in the city of Waterdeep. This is a fairly large city, the City of Splendors, as some would call it. Is there anything you want to get provisionally before you take off? You guys kind of have all of your adventuring gear and things like that. Is there anything specific, though, that you'd like to look for or that you need to pick up while you're here? You guys do all have gold at your disposal, so...
I've got a war axe. I don't need anything.
All right. Anybody else?
No, I think I'm fine.
No,
Okay.
I'm fine too.
All right. Just throw this out there. Horses? You guys want? Are you guys gonna hoof it? No pun intended. I believe one of our characters here got a donation and has a mount, though. Correct?
I got my trusty dog Jericho. He'll take me anywhere I need to go. So.
All right.
I'm
So
good.
one of you has a mount. That if you were to head to the kind of more Emerald Enclave office proper, you could probably, use a little bit of your clout there to just kind of secure mounts for the rest of the group, if you need to.
All right. Yeah.
All right. So
I will. Yeah.
I'll
I'll
say-
tell him that.
Yeah. So I'll say you guys, it's a short walk. You're at the tavern that's owned by it. So you guys make your way over to the kind of Emerald Enclave office, and once you get there, Ash you see her have a little bit of conversation, and then she kind of leads you guys around the back to a stable, and there is 2 horses and a war pony that will probably be presumably for the dwarf, but I leave that up to you guys to discuss.
I mean, Scarlett's definitely gonna eye it, but logistically,
Yeah.
she's gonna let him have this one and just try to
The
pick
one in
whatever
plate
other
armor.
horse looks sturdier.
Alright, so I'll say you guys, these mounts are temporary mounts. These are on loan to the Enclave with the interpretation that you will bring these back when you're done with your current mission. You kind of, again, like, you have a little bit of clout there, so you're like, hey, I'm going to need these. And they were like, for how long? And you're like, I'm going to need these. And, like, you just took them. However, if you were to get a donation for a more extravagant mount, well, I will find a way to slot that into the story, no problem. So, we'll throw that out there. So, you guys set out, heading on, check my map here. Is this the tradeway? Yeah. Sorry. You'd think the glasses would help, but they don't. So you guys are actually, like, you heard that your last contact about where this egg was held was somewhere further to the south. At least that's what you heard. So you're going to set out on the long road, and you're going to head to Daggerford, the town to the south, to see if you can't track down any further information. It's the nearest town nearby. Maybe somebody has seen. You really don't know anything about the person that stole this egg. All you know is that this person is carrying a dragon egg. So hopefully that's enough of a enough of a descriptor that if somebody sees somebody carrying something peculiar, you can, say, hey, did you see anybody with a large egg-shaped thing? I will say that this was, again, this is for you to tell your teammates or not. This is a very rare egg. This is actually an emerald dragon egg, not a green dragon egg. This is an emerald dragon egg, which is a gemstone dragon, which do exist in Faerun. They are fairly rare. To find one in the first place is rare enough. So the egg was about yay big, so it's not something you're going to be easily to stick in a backpack. And it was emerald green, almost as if it was made out of a solid emerald when you found it. So that's just to give you an idea of what descriptors to go with. So.
All right.
Yeah, so you guys set out on the road. It's just after, we'll say it's just after lunchtime. That way you guys had a nice lunch while you were in the Sleeping Dragon there in Waterdeep. And you set out, it is, let's roll some dice here. It is sunny. It's a sunny day out. Nice, beautiful day. Not too hot. Got a light breeze going. As you guys set out, clip-clopping down the road. I need to change the music because I know how much you guys love the character creation jazz music.
So much.
I know. Let's see. Let me find...
I forgot that was on. I muted it while making my character.
Yeah.
Pretty much 10 seconds and muted.
Yeah, it gets repetitive to the point where I think I almost just forget that it's there. So...
I mean, I was about to start dancing to it. I don't know what you guys are talking about. I think it's great.
To each their own.
Ooh, let's talk about that. There we go. Some overland travel music. And let's turn off the jazz so it's not jazz and movement.
Oh, nice. I feel like I'm there.
Yeah. So, you guys are heading out down the road. And again, you know it's about on horseback to Daggerford, about 50 miles. So, at a decent clip, you could probably cover that in just shy, 2 days, maybe 2.5 days if you guys encounter anything interesting on the road. Spoiler alert, you're probably going to encounter something interesting on the road. Crap, speaking of interesting things on the road, I left my random encounter table upstairs. So, I tell you what, here's what's going to happen. You guys are riding along. I'm going to give you the option here to either roleplay or not, have a discussion. Right now, you're being led by this strangely pale, glowing, green-eyed ranger who just kind of came in, said, here's some horses, we're going to go find a dragon egg. And you guys decided to go with her. So if you have any questions or things for her or for each other, as you are a very... Actually, this is a very high fantasy typical group, I feel like. You've got a dwarf, you've got a human, you've got a halfling, and you've got, like, an elfish-like creature. A healer, a fighter, a sorcerer, and a ranger. This is pretty good. So, nobody else would bat an eye as they ride by seeing you on the road. But I'm going to turn that down just a little bit. But, yeah, if you guys have anything you want to ask to each other, you can do that. And I'm going to need Jal to go ahead and roll me a D100 while I go grab that table. So, for that, you can just type /roll space 1D100. That'll do it. 72. Alright, I will be right back.
Alrighty. Well, Scarlet is going to ride up by Ash and be like, so, I've seen people kind of like you before, but, you look a little on the pastier side? Are you sick or something?
I turn to you. No, I'm quite healthy.
Do you burn easily? Because it's pretty sunny out. I'd be worried.
I'll be fine. Thank you for asking.
Oh, anytime.
I mean, you guys can keep
Awkwardly
going.
wolves.
I'll jut in when it's random encounter time. Don't worry.
By the way, Shannon on Jericho is just like, he's not the best mount. He's kind of like wandering off to the side sometimes and like sniffing things, and he's a little wandering. He's not the greatest.
Describe him. Describe him to me.
He is pretty big. He's all white with a big black spot on his back because that's what my dog looks like. And he's a brat child, and she's constantly like yelling at him. Like, she doesn't have a chance to talk to you guys because she's just like, no, go over that way. No, follow them. What are you doing?
Okay, so as you guys are having this conversation, as the Mastiff is kind of swerving on the road, and you see which is a sight to behold, this halfling trying to, like, discipline a dog that's roughly the same size as her, even a little bit bigger, trying to stay on the road, and you guys are just trotting along. You come along on the side of the road. There is a recently killed deer on the side of the road, and there are these large, glowing from the inside, kind of glowing red beetles. They are about the size of the Mastiff, maybe even a little bit larger, kind of just eating away at the deer. They don't seem to pay you much mind, but it's up to you what you guys want to do.
I'd trot around those guys if it's up to me. Any other suggestions?
I've never seen those kinds, so I'm not really sure.
I mean,
Actually, can I make a history check to see? Or a nature check or something? To see
Yeah.
if I know what they are? What check?
Make it a nature check. Anybody can if you want, if you're curious. Anybody can make a nature check. 6, because you have your +1. Don't forget.
Sure.
6, 9, 15. Natural 1. Just as a point of fact, I'm playing with, official canonical D&D rules. A natural 1 on a skill check or a saving throw is not an automatic failure, it is just a 1. A natural 1 is only a 1 on an attack roll, a natural 20 is only a success on an attack roll. So Jal, you have a 3. So, not good, but you didn't automatically fail. You didn't forget what nature was or anything like that. You just,
It's a bunch of beetles.
yeah. So Shannon knows that these are giant fire beetles.
Shannon knows everything.
They you
Even
know,
if she
they're
doesn't.
typically nocturnal, so this is a little bit strange. But they're called fire beetles because they have this kind of gland on their neck that is glowing, this kind of almost like hot coals as it kind of pulses and goes up and down. Yeah, miners and adventurers sometimes like to have these guys around because they shed a bunch of light. So if you can kind of keep them from, biting you, you have a constant source of moving light. They're typically found around forests, which you guys are... It's a fairly forested path, so...
So they're not necessarily, like, going to attack. is what I
No,
know.
they might not. Probably not unless provoked.
Then I also suggest that we just walk around them as much as I can on my unruly mastiff.
What? What'd you say down there?
I say we go around them.
I'm saying Shannon should do animal handling to see if the massive friends with the beetles.
Yes.
Light, I want to let you know. Light, you now have... I'll let you keep track of this on your end. You have
Okay.
the +1 to all of your rolls that you got from the Timora's Blessing thing, as what you got earlier. You also now have a free reroll
Oh, cool.
from Gozira, who sent you a free reroll.
Aw, awesome. Thank you.
And you also have another roll on the trinket table. So go ahead and roll me another percentile roll.
I'm going to be blinged out.
I know, it's going to be pretty crazy. 77, alright. So, you guys didn't realize this. She was your typical ranger who her trench coat that she kind of wears, her leather kind of duster, that kind of Old West style brown coat kind of situation she's got going on. You notice, kind of along the pattern, that it is, it seems to have little almost like snowflakes etched in it. So, Light, this kind of brown overcoat that you have, is resistant to blizzards and cyclone stuff. It won't provide you any actual resistance to damages, but if you're in cold weather, you won't have to make a Constitution saving throw to not be affected by the cold.
Alright, cool.
This brown overcoat. So again, if you can think about that, your long flowing leather trench coat, brown leather trench coat, that's reinforced against blizzards, and also you'll have advantage on strength checks if you find yourself in a cyclone. Which, it could happen, guys.
Yeah.
It could happen.
Never know.
If you find yourself in a cyclone, you'll have advantage on your strength checks against that. So thank you to Gozira for that donation. Again, to throw it out there, guys, you can donate to any of the players, or to me, or to just totally screw stuff up by throwing in, like, they're walking down the road and then, boom, there's a beholder. Holy crap, now they gotta fight a beholder. Like, that could happen. You could make that happen for a small donation. You could also add traps if you want. And get the trap, guys, full on you to design it. You tell me what it is and what it does. Same thing with there's one out there for you to homebrew a monster and throw it in here for me. So, plenty of donations out there. But we're only 47 minutes in. We got a long time to go, so maybe don't stack it all up front. So we have to spend the next 3 hours everybody re-rolling characters because everybody got killed. Hopefully that doesn't happen. Also, Light, I will say this as a third rank in the member of the Emerald Enclave. If someone were to bring your body back to them, they would pay to resurrect you, because that's kind of a perk of being this far in that group. That's a thing that most of the factions do, which, by the way, at the end of your little mission, Light could always deem to put in a good word to add you in if you want to be rank, to go to try to get rank 1 with the Emerald Enclave. That's an option you guys could go for.
Well, I do have Revivify too, so...
Oh, so he can bring you back too. So there you go.
Nice.
Well, clerics, So,
It's costing
yeah.
me pretty much all my gold.
Yeah, all the diamonds for Revivify, yeah. That makes sense. Thank you, Cookie Cruncher, for the follow, guys. Sorry I'm breaking it up. I had planned to have a bot that would just tell you thank you in the chat, but the bot said it wasn't having it today. So, alright, so you guys continue down the road. It's actually a fairly uneventful trek, to be honest. You saw those fire beetles in the morning, and that was weird, because most of you hadn't seen them before. But Shannon knew all about those fire beetles.
I read about it in a book.
Rurik learned a lot.
Yeah, so you travel on down. So as you get further along, you make your way. The sun starts to set. It's about 7 o'clock, and the sun's light's starting to leave the area. What would you guys like to do? Do you want to keep riding? Do you want to make camp? What's your plan?
You said it's heading towards dusk?
Yeah, it's almost dusk, yeah.
I'll turn around and ask everybody, do you still want to continue or find a place to sleep for the night?
I mean, we haven't really done much today. I still got some energy in me if we want to keep going.
Okay, I'm fine with that. Anybody else?
It's up to you, boss.
I say we move on.
All right. We'll keep going.
Alright, so you guys keep on going. I'm gonna need Shannon to make me a percentile roll as you work your way through the night.
You got this.
Maybe not. Or just 1d100, that works too. It's the same thing. There we go, 67. Okay, so as weird as this is, you guys are walking down the road, and it's dark out, but you see a stand on the side of the road. A roadside stand of somebody selling something. Why don't we have Scarlet roll me a d6? Gourds. Selling gourds.
Gourds!
It would be, well, there's all kinds of gourds. Pumpkins are also gourds, so there are pumpkins there as well, if you prefer. Yeah, there are, for the smaller, kind of little gourds, the weird kind of bumpy green and yellow ones, those are like 2 copper pieces, but for like a full pumpkin, you're looking at like 10 copper pieces.
10 copper. Oh.
Would you like to negotiate? I mean, you're more than welcome to.
What am I gonna do with a pumpkin right now?
Well, you could go back and find one of those fire beetles and make a really cool jack-o'-lantern that moves.
It is an option. No, I'm not in the gourd market today. Sorry. Maybe closer to Thanksgiving.
Yes. The all-too-popular Faerunian holiday of Thanksgiving.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Who's running this band?
There is...
Pumpkin spice latte season. So.
Yes, as I was going to say, if you can find somebody with a roadside stand with coffee, you guys could have yourself some PSLs, and you could be the most basic party the world has ever seen.
I mean, I'm a human fighter. I'm close to it.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're right there. We just gotta find you some like jeggings, and we're good to go. It'll be great. There is a wizened old farmer there who's running the stand. And as you get a little bit closer, since you asked, make me a perception check. I really did not think out music ahead of time for this. 13. Yeah, it's hard to see because it's starting to get dark and you can't see in the dark as a halfling. But you notice that his eyes are kind of like glassed over white, so he is actually blind. So that would also possibly explain why he still has his stand open at nighttime.
He's a hard worker, that one.
Well, that's all he knows.
I'm gonna go over and buy a couple small gourds from him and be like, old man, it's nighttime. You should probably go home.
He says, and he's kind of like looking off to the side, and he's like reaching out, trying to find your hand with the if you're buying stuff, and he says, "Well, I must confess, I don't know how to get home. I set up this stand, and through a series of unfortunate events, was blinded, and all I have is my stand. I stay here for 24 hours a day. It's a strange theme recently. 24 hours. Anyway, I wait here, and I sell my gourds. I don't get many people stopping by, especially at night, so if you would be interested, I would please take your pick. I don't have much business, so for you, anything 2 copper.
I'll take a couple of the small ones, and I'll hand him 2 copper. I'll grab his hands, because he looks like he's flailing about right now.
Yeah.
Although it's very low. He's probably much taller than me.
Oh, yes. So he's kind of like his hand, so you're like, you eventually jump up and catch his hand and pull it down, and you put the copper in his hand, and he's kind of, "Oh, thank you, my child." Because you pulled his hand down. He doesn't know what you look like, so, you know. And he's...
Was Scarlet close enough to hear this sad story?
Yeah. You know what? Make me a perception check. You walked away because you're like, whatever, old man. I don't need gourds.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll say with a 12. He's not trying to be, it's pretty quiet out here. So, yeah, you hear this.
Okay, she's gonna dismount for a second, and she will pick the tiniest one, and she's gonna be like, "Here you go," and just give him 2 gold instead of coppers.
Thank you, Kit, for the host, and he's kind of holding it, and at first he's like, "Oh, thank you," and then he starts feeling over the coins, because realistically, let's say that these coins have faces on them, because otherwise he wouldn't know that you gave him gold. He would have just got 2 coins and assumed it was copper. But we'll say that this particular one is stamped with the word gold on it, in case you forgot.
It's in Braille.
Yeah, this is the Braille coin. That's, a trinket like that is a thing you could get for donating $5 to one of the players. And all that $5 goes to support kids in need. Anyway, he goes, "Oh, this is too much gold for a simple gourd."
Well, these are real nice gourds. I've never seen anything like them under closer inspection.
I haven't seen anything like them in quite some time, because I can't see.
Have a nice day.
I want to do a perception
Night.
check to see if I heard him saying the word gold, because I was like going away.
Alright, sure. Go ahead and make me a perception check. Yeah, you definitely did. You heard everything.
Okay, I stop my horse and I look at them and I just say, "Why are you wasting gold like this? It's precious gold."
It's not your money, bro.
Oh, I forgot that she's a bro. That's right.
Total bro.
Total bro. Yeah, so, alright. That's your response, Jal.
I just roll my eyes and turn away.
Alright. So you guys leave, then, I take it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Can I roll a dexterity check to see how sweet I get onto my horse?
Sure, make me an acrobatics check. So I'd like to point out again that I said a 1 on a skill check is not an automatic failure. However, you did roll a 3. So, you're like, "Shh, whatever, bro, not your gold," and you, vault up, and, one leg goes over, and then, but your right leg catches the right stirrup, and you flip over backwards, and you're hanging now from the stirrup off the other side. So, your legs are up over the back, and you're kind of hanging on the side there. And everybody sees it happen.
Haha.
And do a better mount onto my unruly dog.
So,
Do you need some help?
Shannon kind of does a cartwheel into a handspring,
Nice.
and then double flip and lands on Jericho, but then Jericho freaks, out from that and starts moving all around. So she holds him there, but he jumps all around. So it was really cool up until that. And yeah, Scarlet is still flailing upside down right now. You can make me an athletics check if you want to, just to get out of that.
I did, because I clicked before I asked on accident, and I got a 24, so...
So you, with the abs of only the broest of bros, you're like, whatever, man, I wanted to do this anyway, and you just start doing, like, suspended sit-ups to try to hide the fact that you did that on accident, and then flip up and land on the horse, and you're good now.
Oh god, she's so cool.
Again,
He just laughs at her and like starts walking away. Well, it's the horse to walk away.
Again, folks, I'd like to point out that all of the stuff that's happened so far has not been any part of the story, but you guys can alter weird stuff and make these kind of things happen by small donations to help kids in need. If you want, again, throw a monster. You can do it. $25, throw a monster in here. Your call. So... yeah, you guys continue on. It's nighttime. You just witnessed some feats of athletic excellence, as well as not so much on the acrobatic side. Spent gold for gourds. Yes, P90X D&D edition.
I'm writing that on my character sheet that I have gourds. They may come in handy.
You know what? What if you need to make a jack-o'-lantern later for something? You don't know. It's a thing that could happen.
I could just use light on it.
Jal?
Ooh, nice.
with your cleric thinking ahead here. Toasty Bird, $25. Any monster, challenge rating 10 or less. If you want to throw in $100, you can pick any monster at all. You want it to be a Tarasque, so these guys will die instantly. You could do it for $100. 25, CR 10 or less. So there you go. Alright, so you guys, it's now about 10 o'clock after your endeavor with the gourd salesman. Do you wish to keep going, or...?
I look back at them. So, do you have enough energy, or do you want to rest?
I'm gonna do a perception check to see, like, around us if there's shelter or something.
Okay, sure.
And I have dark vision.
Can I make
Okay.
a survival check?
Absolutely, the two of you can work together, since you're the only two that can see in the dark. So 24 perception and a 14 survival. You don't have that +1 added in, do you? No, you don't. So
No.
14 survival. Okay, yeah, you kind of spot an area off the road. Rurik spots an area off the road, and Ash kind of rides over there and inspects it. Yeah, and this looks like a place that'll keep you more or less protected through the evening, at least from the elements at the very least. Yeah, you guys are more than welcome to make camp if that's what you'd like to do.
Well, I can't see anything, so...
Right, you guys are following in darkness right now, unless you choose to light a torch or something like that.
Can I light the gourd?
Alright. Rurik reaches over, touches one of the gourds, casts light on it. Or you light the gourd, rather, and then you have a lit gourd. It has a nice yellow-green glow to it. It's actually pretty soothing.
It's a good purchase, guys. You may have laughed, but feel good about it.
Alright, well, I mean, if we've got this gourd of light now, I mean, I can keep going. I don't want to be exhausted tomorrow, but...
Yeah, if you guys go for the full... If you go without a full long rest at some point, it will give you guys one level of exhaustion. It's like 10 o'clock, so it depends on what time you guys want to start in the morning, I guess.
Well, if we rest now, we can still get up early. Or head
Yeah.
start.
I like
Sure.
getting up early.
Okay, so... Were you guys going to bed now, then? Was that the plan?
Yep, good night.
Probably set up clamp, yeah.
I can start and do the first shift if you want someone guarding.
Alright, I'll take a second.
Okay.
Scarlett's already sleeping. If you want her to wake up later for a watch, just let her know, but she's out.
Alright, so I guess that's the plan. You have 2 watches set up. I don't know, did Shannon decide she was going to watch or not?
Shannon doesn't look like she's good at watching things.
Fair enough. Alright. So we've got 2 shifts. You guys going to go, I guess, 2-hour shifts? Because that's what you can do with still completing a long rest. So, apparently there's a flute. I don't know why that's happening, but... sure. Why not?
Can my dog watch?
Okay. Yes, it can. However, it is just a dog. It's not like it's a fine steed or some kind of other mount that's magically controlled or a familiar. So, I mean, like, if a squirrel shows up, the dog could run after the squirrel. I'm just throwing it out there.
I mean, I'll take it. He's gonna
tie him up.
Like, Jericho, watch the perimeter.
And the dog's just like... and you're like, you feel good about yourself. You're like, I got this. He's on watch, guys. It's all good.
You don't have to worry about a thing. Jericho's on it. Look at that. He's got precision and intellect, and he's a good dog.
All right. So Shannon and Scarlet are asleep, I guess, and I guess Ash would be too, since Rubrik's taking first watch. Yeah, it's a nice night. You know, your watch passes, 2 hours go by. There's a nice, it's starting, here's like a little, apparently, drizzle going on, as the sound dictates. But it's not, where you pulled off to the side, your fire's fine. It's nice, it adds like a little atmosphere, breaks up the monotony of traveling. It'll be cooler in the morning, because the heat will break a little bit. Yeah, so you wake up Ash, and it's Ash's watch. Or you don't. I mean, I'll ask you. Let me ask you.
No, yeah, I'll wake up.
Well, yeah. So, all right. So you have the second watch. You're going to be up for another 2 hours, and then you've got Jericho the dog to watch the remaining 4. That can't end poorly. Tyr, I'll throw this out there. Take a look at, if you go to my Extra Life page and scroll down and look for When in Rome, if you want to alter anything to her mount, why don't we go ahead and see what kind of donations she's got. If there's anything you want to do with that. Or if you want to alter it, you can send money to me. I don't really know. Pick what you think is right, and I'll deem it necessary. It's a pretty big change to transform a Mastiff into Fenrir. Just saying.
I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah. So, again, I guess... before we get to Ash's Watch, since there's been a ton of questions about it in the chat, all of the donation lists that are on my page, that are on any of the players' pages, are suggested donations for predetermined things. Those things that I've come up with, the rerolls, the natural 20s, the adding a monster, the adding a trap, creating an NPC, renaming an NPC, all these things, making me have to make catchphrases that I use in the show, anything like that, those are suggested donations. If you guys have something specific that you want that doesn't really fit into one of those things, whisper me either on Twitch or direct message me on Twitter what you're thinking, and I'll tell you, like, you know what, for X amount, sure, we can have the Gourd Salesman actually be the Gourd God, and then, you know, Scarlet will be praised with Gordic magic for having given him 2 gold for something that was only worth 2 copper. Things like that. This isn't like a typical stream. This is for the kids. This is fun. We're going crazy. That's why you can add a deck of many things into this game if you want. Things like that wouldn't normally happen because it just ruins a game. But for this, we're going to allow it. So...
Can I come back as a paladin of the Gourd God?
For the right donation, then yes, absolutely. I will, in my no free time as I DM this for the next 24 hours, I will work to homebrew a Gourd God Paladin, the Oath of the Gourd God.
My god.
We might just have to reskin an Oath of the Ancients Paladin, since they're pretty naturey, but we'll give you Gordic-based magic. Gordic Smite instead of Divine Smite. When you swing your weapon, a gourd explodes on their head rather than Radiant Light, and it does plant damage, not, radiant damage. It does Gordic damage.
And plus, an advantage on making fall soups and pies.
That's true. Aura of Gourds that provides warmth and cinnamon scents to all of your allies within 10 feet. Things like that. We can make... These are things that can happen. I will throw that out there. So...
PSLs for everybody.
Yes. Everybody has inspiration every morning as they drink their pumpkin spice latte. It provides them with an instance of inspiration because they're just like... Sometimes, when you get up in the morning, you just can't even, but then you get them a pumpkin spice latte, and they're like, all right, you know what? I can even. And then they can get inspiration.
The help.
Anyway, I'll also throw it out there. I have $50 as a donation for any non-legendary magic item that's in the Dungeon Master Guide. If you homebrew a magic item and it's not ridiculous, I will add it into this game and give it to the player that you choose. For instance, Gozira, if you want to give somebody Gallagher's Maul that is a +2 maul that also has a +10 to smashing gourds, watermelons, and pumpkins, that's a thing we could throw in there. Just throwing it out there. All right, so Ash, it's your watch. Why don't you roll me a percentile roll?
Oh boy.
Light, you are masterful.
Right?
You're rolling.
This time around, no.
So, yeah, you know what? That's going to happen tomorrow. Nope, nothing happens. Everything's great. You go back to... Yeah, no, nothing happens. You have an uneventful watch for 2 hours.
Alright.
So, you go to sleep. Do you wake anybody up, or do you let the dog stay and watch?
I'm gonna go ahead and wake up Shannon.
Okay. So Shannon...
Little squinty book eyes.
Shannon gets woken up. Again, Shannon cannot see in darkness. There's a campfire, we'll say.
What's happening? Hey, I told you. I mean, Jericho's got that locked down.
It's okay. If you want, go ahead, go back to sleep. It's okay. I'm gonna go. Do you fall back to sleep? Yeah, I'm assuming.
I'm gonna wait until you go to sleep.
Then I am going to, before I go to sleep, I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
And I'm going to turn to Jericho.
Uh-huh.
And say, hey, what's up?
What? Huh? You can talk to me?
I can.
Weird.
You want to do me a favor?
Okay, sure.
Just keep a watch.
Uh-huh.
Do you see anything?
Yep, see something.
Nudge me.
Yep, got it. Nudge.
Besides us.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
the horses. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Are you listening?
Yep. Nudge. Wake you up. Something. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to close my eyes, but still kind of listen.
Okay. All right, so you see he's just hanging out, looking around, staring at the night as you slowly fall to sleep. And Shannon, you hear the change in Ash's breathing as it goes from a more to a more slower, the breath of someone who's sleeping. So you fall yourself.
Yeah, I'm gonna turn to Jericho and give him a thumbs up, and then I'm gonna go to sleep.
And he kind of cocks his head sideways and then just goes back to doing what he's doing. About 2 hours go by, and Light, you feel your face getting licked and nudged by the dog.
Okay.
Make me a perception check.
15.
15. You look up in a tree, And you see him, like, going, like, crazy and, like, looking over there, and there's an owl in the tree. Just standing there, cocking its head, you know, big yellow eyes, just staring down at you.
Good boy. I think it's time for you to sleep. I'm going to nudge Scarlet up.
She'll be like, yeah, what's
Can you-
happening?
Can you just watch for the rest of the night, please?
Yep. Sure thing.
Okay.
She'll get up and just sit up and watch.
Alright. So, yeah, you get up and watch. You fall back asleep. I'll be nice and say that you still get your long rest light, even though you were woken up in the middle of it by a dog. We'll allow it. And you continue your watch, Scarlet, and it's uneventful. It's nice. It's calm and quiet. But, you know, that's it. Nothing really happens. And the sun starts to peak over the horizon there. It's probably around 6 a.m. at this point.
She's gonna make breakfast.
Oh, all right. What provision? What do you have? What are you making?
I have a gourd.
You have a gourd, and I believe you specifically said you took a very tiny gourd. So you have a
I didn't say she was making it for everyone.
All right, that's fair. All right, you have a gourd. What are you doing with your gourd?
She is going to find a stick and roast it over the fire
Okay.
and eat it, because that's actually delicious.
All right, you roast your gourd over the fire, and as you guys all wake up to this, as Scarlet's chomping into her little gourd, you all kind of start stretching awake, and you see her like sitting by the fire, just eating this gourd on a stick.
Morning routine is important, guys.
So yeah, you all wake up. Everything was fine. Nothing crazy happened. Jericho watched. Everything was good. Yeah. Would you like
You,
to-
Jericho.
Good morning.
Watch. He's good. He's good.
Morning.
So, would you all like to? Would you like to set out again on your trip south to Daggerford?
Yeah, I'm already rolling up my stuff, getting ready, going to the horses, make sure they are fed.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Anything else anybody wants to do specifically before you set out on the road?
Not really. I would like to try to mount my horse in a cool way again.
All right. Second time's a charm. Let's see it. Acrobatics check.
No.
So this time, you just, in a feat of, you're like, I know what I did wrong. I just need to put in a little bit more effort to get over the horse, because I got caught. So you pour on the speed as you leap up, and you actually kind of vault over the horse, like you like jump up like over, like you just missed the horse entirely. Like you just jump over it and land on the other side. And like the horse is on your right now, and you're like, man.
She's just confused. She's just gonna get on normally.
You,
just like foolish human. And mounts his horse normally.
One day, a Scarlet.
Every
woman
time
mounts.
I get on, I'm gonna try.
I'm noticing that. That's fine. Yeah, if somebody wants to donate to change Scarlet's name to Gordon and make her male, you totally can do that. That's a thing that she has. I think there's a donation there to do pretty much change anything, right? For you? Or at least a few things.
There are some things you could change, like a habit of hers, or you could change her name.
Yeah, you can make it
That
Gordon.
one's expensive. But honestly, if you want to work something out, we can make it happen.
Yeah, so you guys set out on your journey south to Daggerford. And as you get closer, you hear a zzz, zzz, and from the trees around you comes just what can only be described as a cartoon swarm of bees. Like, the kind of swarm in a cartoon where it could make shapes of different things, like that big of a swarm of bees just comes buzzing straight towards you down the road. What do you do?
It's on the road itself.
Yeah, it's like coming, like it's flying around. It's not like coming on a straight line, but it's like moving, and it's clearly moving towards you.
I'm going to motion my horse to go off the road.
Okay.
And then I'm going to, make a signal to everybody else to get off the road.
Everybody make me a perception check. 10, 17, 14.
Everybody? Me too?
Yeah, you too. 9.
What the? I'm done.
You notice, Rurik and Shannon notice, they're not actually, you thought they were bees. Turns out, they're actually wasps. And wasps are just the worst. They bite and sting. So, yeah. Just to throw it out there. Ash, you were more focused on getting your horse off the road, and Scarlet was more like, so if tomorrow, if I do it this way, I'm gonna do it. So.
Well, crap. This is my real life worst fear.
So, what do you guys do? Your fearless leader moved off the road. What do you guys do?
I'm following her.
All right.
There's a lot of wasps, man.
All right. So you guys move off the road. Well, actually, you do. Rurik and Scarlet, what's your thoughts on swarm of bees? Or wasps?
No, first off, I'd think no thank you. But then I would probably just follow people. She's very focused on how to get on this horse gracefully, so her horse is probably just following the other ones as they do.
Yeah, I'll go up the road too, to try and find them.
Okay, so you guys move your way off of the road. And the bees actually, or the wasps rather, they do kind of come over towards you. And they kind of are like swarming around you guys.
Guys, I don't know about this. Should we kill it with fire or?
Well, I've got a warhammer.
So they're just swarming?
They're not, they don't seem like inertly aggressive, but they're like buzzing all around you. You know what, make me, anybody who has proficiency in nature or animal handling can make a check.
Oh.
God dang it, Scarlet.
With a 10, you notice that, yeah, they don't seem to be acting aggressively. Maybe. You don't know, but maybe if you leave them alone, they'll just go away.
Guys, just stand still, okay?
What do you guys do?
I want to
Still.
do a nature check to see how the wind is.
Okay, sure. I mean, it's there's some speed. It's like there's a breeze. It's a substantial breeze. It's nice, cool on your face, but the bees are kind of like moving with, they're kind of like trying to keep in formation, as it were.
Okay, then never mind then.
Okay. Well. So, Scarlet told you to stand still. What do you do?
I'm standing still.
Rurik, Shannon?
Same.
Also standing still.
What about Jericho and the horses? You know what? We'll say they're good too. They'll take a lesson from their masters, let's say. And yeah, after about 2 minutes of these swarming all around you, they fly away.
Whew!
Unharmed,
Gross.
unstung. Sometimes bees and wasps get interested. I guess they found you guys interesting, and then left. Maybe it's the smell of gourd. Who knows?
It's a natural color.
I was just thinking that.
Little did you know, the gourd salesman is actually a master of bees in disguise. Like, he's the bee god.
You guys don't know anything about me.
That's true. Alright, so you guys continue on
Yeah.
down the road. So, it's like lunchtime now. It's like noonish. Again, you're still probably, first thing tomorrow morning, you could probably be in Daggerford. Is there anything you guys want to do while you're riding, or we can just kind of move things along?
I'm good.
Yeah, we can move things. If everybody else
Yeah,
wants to move
fine.
on.
Okay, that's fine. So, like, go ahead and roll me a percentile die. Or a D100 or whatever.
Me again?
Yeah, you again.
Oh boy.
Well, the past 2 times you've had
Okay,
to roll,
43.
they were on the trinket table. This one,
Okay.
that only affects you. This one affects everybody else. So, you know. Ooh, okay. Let me find my stats for things. I mean, nothing's happening, guys. Everything's fine. Busting out the Tome of Beasts here by Cobalt Press. We got a bunch of interesting creatures that nobody here has really ever seen, so that'll be fun. Except that the creature that I'm thinking of isn't in this book. Oh my god.
Too many books.
Too many books. That's the problem. You know what? Alright, it's fine. So a guy, as you're walking down from an area where the road comes a little bit closer, the woods come a little bit closer to the road, this guy frantically just kind of bursts and tumbles out of the woods, and you can see that he's got like scratches and claw marks all up and down his body, and he's breathing heavily, and he's frantic, and he's like, yeah, you have to help me. They're chasing me. And he kind of points off into the woods.
Who's chasing you?
Wolves, just a whole bunch of wolves. He's freaking out, and he's pointing over his shoulder at the woods, and you can tell that this guy is clearly shaken up, and he's messed up. So, what do you guys do?
Time to take out the great axe and help this good Samaritan.
All right. So, what about the rest of you? We know
Yeah.
Scarlet's thoughts.
Well, she gets off, and I'll get off my horse.
Yeah, I'll get up and ready my warhammer.
Okay. Shannon and Jericho.
I think getting off Jericho, and I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself if we're gonna fight things.
It's a solid call to start with Mage Armor. So, you guys are standing there, and the woods are there, and it's quiet, and then I'm gonna need everybody to make perception checks.
19.
All right, there we go. 3, 13, and a 23.
Shannon.
Okay, so Shannon is like, no, Jericho, seriously. Turning away from the forest, talking to the dog, like, no, you did really good, but completely absorbed and focused on the dog. Rurik and Ash, you hear the and then like a low resonant out from the woods. You see appearing. Let's roll and find out. 4 wolves. Kind of hackles up and just, you can see the fur up on the back of their neck, and they are blood dripping from their jaws, and they're just growling at you as they stalk forward towards you, clearly menaced. And the guy is like freaking out, kind of like interposing you guys between him and the wolves because he's freaking out. I'm gonna need you guys to go ahead and roll initiative. Get the initiative tracker up here. That's not it. That's Fog of War. There we go. Oh, you know what? That's why. I have a token for Ash. I don't have tokens for everybody else. That's why. So, I have, actually, if I can have Shannon click on her little token in the chat, or in the window there, that'll put you in the turn order. There we go. So whatever you had first, those are what we'll keep. So 21. So we'll just make it 21. And then I just need an image for a token for the other two.
Yes. Also, for some reason, my initiative's not popping up.
Okay, hang on.
Where's
And
my
the
token?
result.
It's because you don't have a token yet.
Yeah,
Once
that's
you
why.
get a token, your initiative will show up.
Yep. So, I just need, you guys can either, you can add it as an image to your character in, like, into your actual character sheet here. And that'll be fine. We can just do it that way.
How do I do that?
When you, on your character sheet, you can hit edit, and then just upload it there. That'll work. Just let me know when that's done, and then I can move you up. There's Rurik. I see it.
I uploaded mine.
Also, if any of you guys are listening who are going to be in later adventures, we should probably have you guys do that at some point too, so have that. So if I can just have you guys just click initiative again and I'll overwrite it. I'm sorry, you gotta have your token selected when you do it. That was my mistake. There we go. And Scarlet, your initial was an 18. And then Rurik's initial, oh, he didn't, it was a 6. So just select your, there we go.
There we go.
6. Great. So, let's find out what these wolves get. 13. They've got 17. So we'll just put them at 17. Alright, so first up is Ash. There are these 4 wolves standing there growling at you.
How far away are they from me, or how far am I?
We'll say they are 30 feet away.
Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and no, these, my instincts are, they're already wild. They taste blood. They have to go.
Sure.
So I am going to infuse my arrow with fire.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit it.
Okay, this will be at advantage because you're attacking before them in a round.
Okay.
So a 19, or is that have the +1 on there already? Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it does.
Okay, so an 18. Yeah, an 18 will hit. So 13 piercing damage, and then go ahead and roll the fire infusion as well. So it takes an additional 3 fire damage. So you see, as I didn't set this up to... Oh, I did. Okay. So she kind of pulls back her bow, and as she does that, and the bow draws across the string, the tip of the arrow lights up with fire. She lets it go. It pierces into the side of this wolf, and it actually sets on fire. So the wolf is moving around on fire. It's going to... On its turn, I'm going to have you roll a d4 fire damage. So that was your first arrow. So that one of the 4 is on fire, and that has, you did 16 points of damage to it.
Okay. I'm gonna hit it again.
Okay. Yeah, 21? Yeah, 21 will hit. So go ahead and roll for damage.
No, with 9.
9 damage. Okay. So actually, I didn't think about this, so I will tell you, both of those arrows, as they hit this wolf, seem to not be doing as much damage as you thought it could, but the fire damage did seem to be doing full damage.
Okay.
If that makes sense.
Yes.
Okay, and then 3 fire damage. Great. Okay, so next up in the order, because I closed it because I'm silly, is Shannon. What does Shannon do?
So Shannon is going to back up as much as she can, almost even if she could get behind the scared guy.
Sure. All right.
And,
25 feet back.
Yep, she's gonna cast Guiding Bolt and twin it so she can hit 2 of the wolves.
Great. All right. So go ahead and roll me 2 attacks. All right. The 14 is a miss, and that 14 is a miss. So as you see your little meek, bookish halfling back up, she conjures forth this radiant energy and, like, very Dragon Ball Z style from both hands, 2 beams at 2 wolves, and they just veer off at the last second and hit the trees behind. And the trees are very glittery and glowy.
Like, you got this, guys. You got it.
Oh, ignore that. Sorry.
Sorry. Did you have anything else you wanted to do?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Next up is Scarlet.
All right, Scarlet is gonna just run in there, guns ablazing, minus the guns,
Sure.
and well, her arms. So I guess still,
Yes,
and
true.
hit him
Bro.
twice with the great axe. I guess.
All right, so natural 20, that'll do it. So go ahead and roll your damage. 18 damage, and this is a... All right, 18 damage. Let me just check one thing. Yep. Okay. So even though, again, you did this, which one were you attacking? Let me ask you that first.
The one that's not on fire, because I don't want to catch on fire.
Fair. Again, you do feel like it's not doing as much damage as it could be. Unless you have a magic great axe, which I don't think you do.
Nope.
Not yet, anyway. In a couple hours.
Soon.
So that's 1 hit, and you have another attack. A 10 will not hit. So you cleave into the back of this wolf, and then you go and hit it again, and it just dodges right out of the way. Next up, however, it's the wolves' turn. Unless you had anything else you wanted to do.
Nah.
Okay. So, what do we got here? All right. So, one of the wolf with the fire that's on fire. First of all, light roll me a d4.
Two.
2. All right, takes 2 fire damage. It's not going to try and put its fire out. It is. I'm not going to read that because I don't have time for that. It teleports and it disappears right next to you. In a burst of reddish smoke and brimstone, it appears right next to you, and it's going to attack you. Clearly, not your standard wolf. So it gets 3 attacks. So I'm gonna guess an 8 misses.
Yeah. That hits.
Yeah, a 20 something, and then an 11. So he tries to bite out at you, and he misses. And then, as it moves up, its claw comes out, and it manages to catch you for 6 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
At this point, you realize this is not a wolf. Wolves can't teleport with brimstone. Then the other ones, it's basically one of each is just going to move to each of you, because that'll be easier. Because it can get to the other ones. Thank you again, everyone, for all the follows. We really appreciate it. So we're going to go with Scarlet, because she's right there. It's going to get 3 attacks. No. Does a 15 hit?
It does not.
So he can't handle your broness. It's intimidated by your guns a little bit, so it just can't handle it.
It happens.
And then one's gonna move up to Rick. Same thing. No, just whiff. Nothing. And then one is going to teleport to Shannon, because they can do that. And it's going to attack. Does a 14 hit?
Nope, I have a 16 right now.
16. Folks, can I get some rerolls here? I'm doing awful. So, oh wait, I got an email. Oh, got a donate. Oh, hold on. We got a donation. This might come in after this. Let's check. Real quick. Well, we'll continue on. It is now, it's Rurik's turn.
Okay, I'm gonna use Sacred Flame on the one in front of me. Just
Okay.
need to find it.
Guys, that's $50 to me.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. This is gonna make a wisdom or a dexterity saving throw. It makes it. Sorry. So you cast out this beam of sacred energy, comes from the sky, but it just manages to dodge out of the way and it takes no damage. Is there anything you want to do as a bonus action? Because that would be your action to cast that.
Yeah, I'll cast Shield of Faith.
Okay. Perfect. So that on you, I'm guessing?
No, I'll cast it on Shannon.
Okay. Shannon, you now have, as long as you have concentration, Rurik, you have a +2 AC. Shannon.
Sweet. 18
for,
now.
for 10 minutes or until you drop concentration. And just as a point of fact, Jal, because I didn't tell you this ahead of time, and that's my bad. You can only have one spell that's concentration based up at a time. That's how it works in 5th edition. If a spell...
Yeah, I knew that.
Okay, cool. So we're good. Alright, so that was your turn. And it's going to go back around to Ash. It's your turn. You have
Okay,
this wolf
so-
right up on you now.
How separate are we? From how separate I am from everybody?
You know what? Why don't we just do a real quick diagram on this map? So Scarlet moved up to attack them. Shannon moved away. I'm going to assume, because you didn't say anything, that you... Amy's not here yet. We'll get you out of here, Amy. We'll assume it's kind of something like this, right? You and Rurik are next to each other because you didn't say you moved. Shannon ran up and Shannon ran away and Scarlet ran up. So something like this, with the
Okay.
wolves being kind of all around you. Yeah, you know, you got like a wolf over here fighting her, a wolf here fighting you, here fighting you, and then one back down fighting Shannon.
Okay, well, because it's next to me and it kind of sucks.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take out my short swords and I'm going to hit it.
Okay. Sorry, just checking one thing. Huh. So, I will let you know, because, well, it doesn't matter, because you got an 8,
Yeah.
or a 9. So you whiff with that. I just read the Arcane Archer thing real quick. It says when you can infuse an attack. It doesn't specify it has to be a ranged attack.
Okay, cool. Then that's good to know. Okay.
So,
Um,
if you want to infuse your sword with it, you could. This is the same one that is on fire, I will say that.
okay. No, I'm not going to infuse it. I'm just going to attack it.
Okay, so
13?
13 misses as well.
Yeah.
So you whiff with that. Anything you want to do as a bonus action? I don't know if you have anything you can do as a bonus
Not
action. I'm
really.
just asking.
No. Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to be polite. All right, so
Thanks.
Shannon, it is your turn.
Okay, I'm going to cast Haste, but I'm going to twin it, and I'm going to cast it on Scarlet and Ash.
Great. Okay. So for the next minute or until she loses concentration, you guys each have a +2 AC, an extra action to make an attack, and advantage on dexterity saving throws.
Cool.
Well, the extra action, I'm
Thanks.
sorry, the extra action could be a singular melee attack, dash, disengage, hide, or using an object.
And then for
Okay.
my bonus action, I'm gonna cast a hex on the
The
wolf that's right next to me.
Sure. Okay. So haste, hex, done. Okay, great. So
Oh wait, I take that back because it's
Yeah.
concentration, so never mind.
fair enough. So you don't do that. We'll say you didn't. So did you want to do anything else then, or no?
Nope, I'm good.
Okay. So Scarlet, it's your turn. You got this wolf right up next to you.
I'm gonna keep hitting it because that's what she does.
Do it. Hit it up. 16 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage. Damn, man. All right. Again, still not doing as much as you thought, but you're kind of powering through the resistance, as it were. So
Yes.
go ahead and roll another attack. Your second attack. 20 will hit. God damn, man. This guy's not. And you have one extra one from the haste. Yeah, 22 will hit.
Die.
Nice.
Only 4 on that one because it's resistant. So.
No.
It's still up, but it's looking rough. You did a significant number on this guy. You're just
Yay.
like hacking it up, and as you do, as you hit it a couple times, you like that last hit. It kind of like the form flickers, and it doesn't look like a wolf anymore. It looks like this long, low to the ground, kind of weird-looking, different snouted creature that you've never seen before. But it's only for an instant, and it's back to wolf form.
Gross.
Yes. Now it is the wolves' turn. So they're just gonna. Yeah, they can't do anything too interesting. Or yeah, I guess they can, but I don't want to deal with spellcasting this early in the game. So they're just gonna attack. So we'll start with Ash. 18 hit
18 is the AC.
with the +2.
Uh-huh.
Really? Oh. Yeah, I guess it would be. Yeah. Okay, so that does hit. So you're gonna take 7 points of piercing damage from its bite. It's gonna swing 2 more times, and that 16 will hit with a claw for 8 points of damage. Next up is Rurik. Natural 1. See, now had we hit $150, that creature would have to roll on the critical fumble table, but it doesn't. That 18 is a 23, so that will hit you. So that is 4 points of damage.
Is that the total?
Total is 4. So
Okay.
Rurik, I'm gonna need you to make a Constitution saving throw DC 10 to keep up your Shield of Faith. Fine.
Wrecked.
Get wrecked. Alright, so Shannon. 12. No. Good. That was everybody, right?
No, you didn't attack
Oh,
me
I
yet.
didn't attack you yet. Does a 24 hit you?
Yes.
Even with the +2? Just throw it out there?
I think so.
Alright, so you're gonna take 8 points of damage. And Light, I'm gonna need you to roll me that D4, by the way.
Okay.
From the guy that's on fire.
Oh no.
Alright. At least it's not somebody's rolling really high. Well, except for Zhao. Speaking of, Rurik, it's your turn.
I'm gonna use. Wait, I don't remember what I was gonna use. Oh, guiding bolt on the one in front of me.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an attack. A 12 will miss.
Yeah.
Similar to Shannon, you reach out and blast out with this radiant energy, and it just misses.
I think he takes half damage though.
It's guiding bolt is
Oh,
an,
yeah,
it's
never
an
mind.
attack roll.
It's not
yeah.
a DC.
Yeah. Nope, it's all good. So anything else?
Bonus action. I'm gonna summon my spiritual weapon next to Shannon.
Okay, you could do that, except those are both full action spells, and you can only cast a single.
Spiritual is a bonus.
No, I know, but it's you can't cast. You can do a bonus action and a cantrip on a turn, not 2 full spells on a turn.
Okay.
So,
Then
next
nothing.
turn. So yeah, you blast out with the guiding bolt. We're gonna bring it back around to Ash.
Okay. Then I am going to. What was it? The I can disengage.
Yeah, you can use your bonus action from the haste to disengage.
Then I'm gonna do that.
Okay, so you just disengage and you move however many feet you want to move away.
Like away from that thing.
30 feet would be the
Yeah,
most
30
you can
feet away from it.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna use my longbow and I'm gonna shoot at it.
move. Okay. 25 will hit.
For 6.
6 piercing. Okay. 24 will
24.
also hit. Yep.
For another 8.
Okay. We are whittling them down. Alright, Shannon. You've been on fire so far. What do you got?
I am going to cast Mirror Image.
Okay. So, as this happens, Shannon, and then all of a sudden, there are now 4 Shannons. Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm just gonna hang out with all my cool doubles, and we're all gonna do the same things and like mock the wolves.
Alrighty. Scarlet, it's your turn.
Okay, I think we know what I'm gonna do.
I think we do. 22. Damn. For 16 points, because the extra 2 is if you rolled a crit, so that's fine. But either way, this thing looks rough. I'm streaming. Will you stop scratching over there?
It's not rough enough till it's dead.
15 will hit. Yeah, so you manage to, you bring down and you cleave and partially decapitate this creature. As it falls to the ground, it transforms into just this nasty looking... Seriously, Buffy, I'm trying to have a stream. Can you not scratch and make all the noise?
Ugh, dogs.
What are you doing? You crazy. So yeah, it's this kind of, it looks wolf-esque. Let me see if I can get you an exact image here. I'll import it into the game so you can see what we're looking at, and as well for you folks following along at home. That kicked me out of Roll20, so that's a thing I could do. Just kick myself out of Roll20.
So we win, right?
You guys
That means we
win because of reasons.
Mute yourself again on Roll20, Ted. The struggle's real.
Seriously, this is not even this is like early time in the stream here. So let's copy the link. We'll try that. Send that to you guys. See if that works. Maybe. Nope. Awesome. Because I want you guys to know what you're facing so you can have an idea of how disgusting it looks. Come on. One more try, and then we're gonna go. But anyway, you still, that was one attack. You still have one attack left, so.
Yep, I'm gonna turn around and help the buddy behind me.
Alrighty.
I don't think that hit. I'm not sure. 13?
No, 13 will not hit.
Man,
So-
I really want to be good at helping people, but I suck.
Alright. Seriously, why is this like the hardest thing in the world to find a picture of? It's not. Actually, I lied. I found a picture, but... you know what? Too bad. You don't get to know what it is because it's taking too long. It is their turn. Light, why don't you go ahead and roll me another d4 for your fire guy.
Come on, 4. Uno.
Good old 1. Favorite number of the stream so far.
Yeah.
Okay, so 1 is down. And we'll just say for ease of this, 1's gonna attack Shannon because it's been missing every time. Get that out of your face. No. Rurik, 21. Haha.
Hits.
For 8 damage. You guys are really missing out. on the natural ones not being added into the game. Although we did get a donation. I don't have to see where we're at. Actually, let's check. Did it come into the game yet? $130, folks. We are $20 away from the critical hit, critical fumble tables being a permanent part of the stream for the rest of today. So those are all misses, and we'll just have it attack Scarlet with a 21.
That hits.
17.
Oh, 17 does not hit with the haste.
Okay, so you get hit with 1 for 7 damage.
You're welcome.
Thanks, girl.
And now it's Rurik's turn.
I'm just gonna try and hit it with my Warhammer.
There you go. Keep it simple.
Wow.
Or not.
Okay, as my bonus, now I'm gonna spawn
There
my
you-
spiritual weapon.
Yeah, okay. So go ahead, and they can attack on the turn it's summoned, so go ahead and... yeah, 20 will hit, so go ahead and roll the damage for the spiritual weapon. You just click the spiritual weapon there in the chat, or like the actual word spiritual weapon, there you go. 5 force damage on the one by Shannon. That actually, it seems like it's doing full damage, so... okay. Ash, it's your turn.
Okay. How does mine look?
It's on fire, but the fire is slowly burning, so it's a very slow burn of fur.
Slow burning.
It's a slow burn.
How many wolves are still up?
3. Oh, one of them hasn't even been touched.
And which one is that one? Next to...
Next to Shannon. Or, I'm sorry, next to Rurik, because Shannon's one just got hit for spiritual weapon. Because
Okay, so-
everybody kept missing the one that's by Jal.
So I'm going to point my bow to close to Rorik. I'm going to infuse it with fire.
Okay.
14.
A 14 will miss.
Shit.
So
Oh darn.
the arrow hits into the ground, and there's a little patch of grass that's on fire.
Yeah.
That is that's one arrow. You have 2 more.
I'm going to infuse it again.
It's
This
a
time
bonus.
I'm-
It's a bonus.
Oh yeah,
action.
that's right. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and try to hit that one.
That'll do it.
Okay.
11.
And then I'm going to go back to my wolf,
Okay.
and that one misses. Okay.
That one does miss.
All right.
So, okay. We're doing good, guys. First combat, doing good. Shannon, you're up.
Okay, I'm gonna actually hit the wolf next to Rurik and try to like taunt it to try to get it and come over by me since I have 4 of me.
Fair.
I'm gonna hit it with Firebolt.
Okay. Let's see it.
Nope.
You hit the fire that light started on the ground, and it sparks up a little bit. So, unfortunately, you could try and make a persuasion check at disadvantage to try to convince this thing that it should come fight you instead. 16.
I'll try it.
Let's try an insight check on this guy. At advantage, because you're attacking him. 1 wisdom, 16, so he just makes it. So he's not buying it. So he kind of like looks at you as you're like, come on! He's like, "Rrr," and he goes back and stays where he is.
I tried.
Yeah.
Because I have like all the AC right now.
Well, yeah, you're pretty stacked right now. So, Scarlet.
Okay, I'm gonna hit it again.
For another natural 20. Alright, so 19 damage. That is enough. You cleave down this next creature. You're just on a roll here. That's 2 down.
Veins are just popping out of her neck. She's ready.
Yeah, alright. Well, you got one's to the right of you, so go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over there.
Yeah, 22 will hit. Alright, and 1 more attack still. 18 will hit as well. Jesus.
Killing it.
I'll say. Damn. Can't even keep up with the math. Alright, so you're just hack another one down and it shifts form and you hack twice into this next one. Yeah, so that was Scarlet's turn. Now it's the wolves' turn. There is only, well, the one that was on fire is now dead, so there's only 2 left, one by Rurik and one by Shannon. So we'll go with Rurik first. Nope. Nope. Guys, that's how many natural ones have I rolled? I'm just saying.
I don't know, but it's beautiful.
I'm just saying these could be even more beautiful if we had a $20 more donation right now. So, okay. So then we got the ones on. I don't even know if I should bother rolling on the ones that are by Shannon, but we'll see. No. Okay. A 24. 23. However, you have mirror image up, so I need you to roll me a d20, and if it's above a 6, I think, it hits one of the... or not. Could be a 4. I think it's a 6 for mirror image.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 6.
Yeah. Alright, so it hits you, actually. 4.
I'm gonna use reaction and cast shield.
So that puts your AC at what?
23.
It would be a 24. So I'll say you don't do that because you would know because it's when you're hit, so it could turn into a miss. DM Dragon Widow. Yes, no orange dice today. No orange dice yet. For those of you who don't know, in our Tuesday game, I roll with an orange die. And it routinely destroys my players with the amount of critical hits. It breaks physics with the amount of critical hits I roll. In a row, no less. So you are going to get hit for 5 points of damage. Your 3 illusions are still up. But I will need you to make a Constitution saving throw, DC 10, to keep the haste up. Okay, haste is still up. So that was 2 attacks, so it's got 1 more. That would be an 18, so that would hit. So what roll for your illusions? D20. So an 8, so it crushes through one of the illusions, so you still have 2 illusions up. Okay. Rurik, it's your turn. These guys are doing great.
I'm gonna try and hit one with my hammer.
Okay. Yeah, a 23 will do it. So go ahead and roll the damage. 6 bludgeoning damage on that guy. And you can still have your spiritual weapon attack as well.
Yeah, that's bonus action.
Yep. So go ahead and do that. Natural 20 will definitely hit. Again, folks, if we'd had it, oh, the things that could happen. He could have instantly killed this had he rolled high enough. But we'll never know unless we reach $20 more. It's rough. That did a serious blow to this thing. The force damage seems to be bypassing whatever sort of natural resistance it has. So, oh, by the way, I never asked. What was your spiritual weapon? What did it look like?
Oh, it's a hammer.
Hammer? Fair enough. Ash, it is your turn.
Alright, I'll just go ahead.
There are 2, and they look to be roughly about the same. One's by Shannon, one's by Rurik.
Okay, I'll go for Shannon's, and going to use my fire infused.
Last infusion of the day, or for short
My
rest,
last
rather.
one. Yes.
All right, so go ahead and make an attack.
Here we go.
26 will hit, so go ahead and roll your damage. All right.
And then plus 3.
Plus 3 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, he looks pretty rough, and he's caught on fire now as well. You still have 2 more attacks. 14 will miss.
14 minus.
Just barely. And a 17 will hit.
Another 12.
Yeah, so with that, it looks really, really rough. You have a feeling that if it makes it to its turn, if it were to roll even 1 point, if you could quantify damage by fire in points, then it would probably go down.
Nice.
But next up, it is Shannon's turn.
Okay, I am going to use my last sorcery point, and I'm going to twin a firebolt, and we'll try to hit both the ones that are still left.
Okay. First attack roll is a natural 20. That one will do it. Yeah, so which one were you attacking with that?
Mine.
Okay, so it is just, it's gone. There's nothing left. You just incinerate this thing. Like, you normally a firebolt shoots out like a little, like, it's like a little, almost like a little fireball, and it hits. But for whatever reason with this one, you just kind of keep it there, and just, it's like a, and it just is gone. There's just ashes. There is no wolf, nothing left. Let's see what happens to the other one. You were too intensely focused on burning this one alive that you just shot off in the distance and missed that one. Scarlet.
Okay, I'm gonna go to the last one. Hit it up.
23 will do it. Alright, for 6. 15 is the perfect number for this, so go ahead.
Yes.
Alright, and one more. Alright, roll damage. And with that, you sickening thud as you feel your axe come in and crack the spine of this thing. And it just slumps down on your... Still kind of stuck on your axe as it shifts form into its true form.
I'm gonna pull
guys,
it out and wipe it on my pants.
we got another donation. Let's see where we're at here, folks. Let me check donations received. Oh no, look who donated. A certain mermaiden that some would call lazy. By the way, it's the threshold goal is it was a $20 total goal. So you actually we could still do whatever you want with that $20. It's like when we hit a total of 150, so you could give yourself stuff with that if you wanted. You're muted, by the way.
I'm gonna go shop then.
All right, so you tell me what that is when you get it. You
Okay.
can go for 15s and 10s or 2 10s or whatever you want to do. But as of now, folks, going forward, the critical hit, critical fumble table is now in effect for the stream for the remainder of the 22 hours.
We get to see how hilarious all your natural ones are now.
Yes. I will preface this. This is the first group's decision, so I will say this up front. Typically, I obviously let the players always roll on this for the 1s and 20s. What are your thoughts on me rolling on this? And the reason I ask is because if I'm rolling 1s and they do ridiculous stuff that hurts the party, if I roll a 20, then it's going to do bad things that hurt the party.
I feel like that's fair.
Okay,
Yeah,
but
that-
it's an
that's-
extra live stream. It's for the kids. Done. Everybody gets to roll. So this is only on attacks, natural 20s, natural 1s. 2 caveats that I'm adding. If you're a martial class, so a class that fights with weapons, so that means fighters, rogues, rangers, barbarians, and monks, you guys get to add your level, your character level, to your rolls on the table. So right now, if you were to roll a percentile, you would add 5 to it for Scarlet and Ash would. And we're, you know what? We're going to try. We're going to keep with confirmed rules so that it's not too broken. So, like I said, when you roll a natural 1, you roll again, and if that second roll would miss, then then it's a critical fumble. If you roll a natural 20 and the second 20 would hit, then it does whatever the craziness is. Which again, like I said, if you roll high enough, there's an instant kill on here, like for an enemy. So I'll throw that out there. Also, another point to throw out there for you guys, if you want to donate to the players or to me to give us natural 1s or natural 20s, that comes into a play on this table. So, for instance, I know Sean, who's going to be coming in at 9 a.m. tomorrow, was a donation was given to give him an automatic natural 20. Well, that can be used to get you access to the critical hit table right out the gate. I also will throw it out there, you guys can donate to yourselves if you want. I won't judge. So, there you go. Alright, so that is the final wolf cut down and slain. And we're going to go back to our nice little overland music here. So, yeah, you see as you kind of look at the carnage before you, largely induced by Scarlet and her bulging bro veins and her masterful swinging of that great axe. What do you guys do?
I want to inspect these creatures
Okay.
and see if I know them or what are they.
Okay.
I would also like to do that, but I just want to see if there's anything like magical that I can use for like spells or like anything.
Okay. Why don't you make me an Arcana check, and Light, you make me a Nature check. Thank
Is
you.
the guy that ran out of the forest still there?
Oh yeah, he's still there, looking terrified.
I'm gonna go and
17.
see him and do a medicine check
Okay, we'll get
to
to
see
yours.
if he's badly injured.
Okay, we'll get to...
Scarlett's gonna go with them.
Okay, we'll let you guys in a second. Light, you... I think I actually did find... I'm going to post it here in the chat for you guys to take a look at. And for those of you here in the chat to also see. That is the creature that when they killed him, it transformed into that. It might take a little while. It was really weird on getting it to load. But
Okay, I see it now.
so that is what the 4 wolves transformed into that. So
That's not terrifying at all.
no, like, you know, these creatures are fiends. Actually, they're not. They are shape changers. Sometimes they take the form of a goblin. Sometimes they take the form of a wolf. But they do have access to some innate spellcasting abilities, which you witnessed in the dimension door that the one did before, earlier in the day. They haven't been seen for a while. Most people, or at least so much in this area of the world. They are more common in other continents, but your knowledge, this is just what you kind of picked up in your travels. So you don't really know too much about them because they aren't from this plane, and they're not something you typically encounter in the forest. As far as Shannon, you know what? Actually, you do know one thing. These 4 look to be they look to be lesser varieties, and you know that these are typically commanded by a greater variety of these creatures, a stronger, more powerful version. Shannon, you find you're not, again, your Arcana check. The bristles and the hairs from these creatures aren't the most common in this area. You're not sure what you could use them for, but it couldn't hurt to take some.
Yeah, I'll collect as much as I can with my little tiny hand.
Okay, you got a bunch. So, Rurik and Scarlet work your way over to this guy. And I'm going to need you both to make me, I guess... well, you're going to start to heal him or do a medicine check, Rurik, so why don't you guys both make me insight checks?
I don't know, crap.
So Scarlet's like, dude looks pretty hurt, but whatever, I'm still pretty juiced from just murdering all those people. You know, like, she's like, you know what, forget this, drops the axe, get down, start doing push-ups, because she can, you know, like, come on, bro, superset, and just starts going on her push-ups.
Heal up, you could do this too.
But
Jericho
Rurik, as you
immediately
get
runs
closer
over
and
with
you're,
her
you know,
face.
starting to take out, like, bandages and stuff to take a look at this guy, and you start to kind of look him over, you notice, and you didn't really come into, you weren't really taking the time to look before, you notice he's performing well, but this guy is not injured at all. He's got blood smeared on him. There are cuts and things, but he's mostly acting like he's hurt and frantic. And at first, you guys didn't think anything of it, and he, you just went right into aid to help this guy as you would as adventurers. But he seems to be completely fine and is still keeping up this facade that he is injured and like this terrified man that was attacked by wolves. You also notice he didn't seem to be too terrified when they transformed back from wolf form to these weird creature form.
Okay, I grab Scarlet so she doesn't go like next to him.
Mm-hmm.
I just pull her back a bit. And I'm like, Scarlet, stop. This man isn't who he says he is. He's not hurt.
Ooh, I don't like liars.
All right, so what do you guys do? And he kind of like looks and he's like, but I'm just so. And then like he kind of looks at Rurik and he looks at Scarlet and he's like, forget this. This isn't even worth it. And he transforms into one of those creatures, but larger, bulkier, significantly stronger. We'll just keep initiative and put him in at the end.
I would like to say I got a $50 donation.
Oh shit! Nice, congratulations.
Thank you. First it was from my boyfriend who said, "Don't let our cats steal the camera." But then he yelled over and said that he wanted to juice me up and give me a belt of fire giant strength.
Yeah, congratulations. Your strength is now a 24.
Nice.
25.
25. All right. Well, 25 doesn't do anything different. Yeah, you now have, that is an uncommon or is a non-legendary magic item. You now have a 25 strength, so go ahead and put that in and watch these attack rolls go through the roof. And the damage alone, the athletics checks, the carrying capacity. You can carry everyone.
Everyone get on my back. We'll run away from this guy.
So, yeah. So right now, we'll just start it at the top of the round, we'll say. And I'm going to move him to 5 because we'll have him go last. Because you guys were kind of ready for this, and had he waited and waited to try to get a surprise, but Rurik picked up on his facade. So, Ash, you see him transform from where you were, kind of peering over the dogs. You see like a flash over your shoulder, and you see him transform into this much larger version of what you just fought.
Okay.
What would you like to do?
I was going to use the wrong word because I was used to saying this a lot.
Blasting.
I'm going to, actually Hex. I'm going to use Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so you turn, your vision kind of focuses in, you start picking out the weak points, having already fought these things. So you got your Hunter's Mark on this guy.
And I'm going to hit him with my longbow.
I will say, for all intents and purposes, I'll give you guys the option.
Uh-huh.
We can say that haste was still up because not a lot of time passed. However, I would say there'd be one round of haste left. But when haste ends, you guys can't do anything for that round because you become lethargic from your body moving super fast and then slowing down. So you can have one round where you have an extra attack, or we can say that the haste ended in between. Your call. Hasted ladies, I'm talking to you.
So wait, the haste ends when?
We can say the haste ended while you guys were searching the bodies. And you know what? Let's just say that because you guys took a little while searching.
Yeah.
So that's fine.
Yeah,
so you have
Yeah.
so you have 2 attacks. So you roll a 27, so that will hit.
Okay.
Go ahead and roll your damage. 13 damage, and then roll your Hunter's Mark, which is a d6.
Three.
Okay. So, you notice again, similarly to the smaller ones, this guy is, he is not taking as much damage as he should be. So that was first attack. Roll your second attack. A 15 misses this guy. You can see it as your arrow you pick out the point and you let it go, and it actually, There's bony protrusions on his back and on like bony plates that have grown out of his skin, and it shatters on one of the plates.
Okay.
So next up, did you want to do anything else? Stay where you are, move.
I'm going to move. I'm going to back up as
Okay.
far as I can.
So we'll say you back up another 30 feet closer to the tree line.
Perfect.
Shannon, you are we'll move stuff around a little bit. You guys were over here to the guy. You were over kind of here looking at this stuff. And then Ash is over here. Just give me some. I'll move these guys a little bit further away. All right. So, Shannon, what would you like to do?
I'm going to recast haste on Scarlet.
Okay. Scarlet, you are now hasted.
Feels good.
All right. So, anything else, or is that it?
No, I think all my bonuses require concentration, so I think I'm good.
Okay. Scarlet.
She's excitedly getting back into action and is gonna hit him, obviously.
Let's see. A 20 plus 10 to hit at level 5, folks. From the belt of Fire Giant strength.
So good.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
What?
What did you roll? A 2. A 2. So, okay. Well, you already got a plan. You're going to be baller when you come back. So 9 points of damage. Alright, so go ahead and roll your second attack. 27. For 19. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. So then your third attack is a 15. A 15 will miss. So,
alright.
Because again, he kind of turns his shoulder and you kind of click into one of the bony plates there. Last up is Rurik.
Could you ping on the map where the enemy is?
Well, we'll say you moved up to hit him. We'll say he's like right here.
Okay, just give me a sec.
Yep. You don't have to worry too much about the movement if you're worried. We can talk it out. It's fine.
No, it's because the spell I want to cast is a sphere.
Oh, okay. Spirit Guardians?
No, it's Shatter.
Oh, even better. Yeah.
And I want to cast it behind him so it doesn't hit Scarlet.
Perfect. So go ahead and we'll cast Shatter so I can see what the DC is. DC 15, Constitution. Ooh, so he's gonna take half damage from the Shatter. So 11 damage. Unless you wanted to maximize it, which you can do as a Tempest Cleric.
Actually, yeah, I'm gonna channel Divinity.
Okay, so that is 3d8, right?
Yeah.
So it does 24 damage, so he takes 12 instead because he made the save. Okay. You still have you only have that's your channel divinity for the day because you only have one currently. Yeah. Okay. Now it's his turn. So he is going to. He could do that. How intelligent? He's pretty intelligent. So he goes invisible.
That's inconvenient.
And that...
Well, my hunter's mark will still be on him.
Correct.
I sense that.
You do, but they don't.
Okay.
And then he... Well, I'm not going to tell you where he moves, because you can't get opportunity attacks because you can't see him. But he's invisible. So, it is now Ash's turn.
Okay, so I sense where he's at.
Yeah, he's just at the edge. He's kind of over... Like over... Not here, but like over this way, and he's moving. He's like just at the edge of your hunter's mark, which is 90 feet.
Okay, I'm going to shoot in that direction then.
Okay, go ahead and roll me attacks. 25 will hit. 14. plus your hunter's mark.
Oh yeah, that was a
D6.
No. Oh no.
Seems to be a favorite number. Alrighty. So you guys see Ash shoot out, and you see the arrow. It sticks in something off to your little Scarlet off to your right. You see the arrow stick into something. So go ahead and roll me another attack. A 13 misses.
Okay.
And you got... no, that was it. You only had 2. I forgot.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say, follow the arrow.
Okay. Shannon, it's your turn.
Okay, I'm gonna try to hit him with guiding bolt.
Okay, it will be at disadvantage, but you know where he is, so...
Yep.
An 11, the 17 wouldn't have either, but the 11 misses as you... And, I mean, you guys clearly see the beam where she shot it and the arrow, so you guys have an idea of where to aim, so... Scarlet, it's your turn.
Okay. She's gonna run towards the arrow and try to hit it on the arrow.
I'll say you can make it, it's like just at the end of your movement, you can make it there.
Okay.
So you got
So
3
do I get
attacks at disadvantage.
Okay.
Sucks to see that, doesn't it?
That hurts. That hurts.
So that's unless you shopped and bought yourself anything. Oh look, a natural 1. Hello, we have a table for that.
Wait! I want to use my reroll.
Okay, we'll let it happen on the second one because the first one already passed. So go ahead and roll me another. This is just a singular D20. We'll add it to your stuff, or you could just roll an attack and take that. Okay, it would be the first number, so a 23. At disadvantage though, so it's a 14, so it still misses. No, it would be, yeah. So
well,
you still have 1 more attack though. That will hit. At 20.
Okay.
It was a rough for rolling a 1 on the D12. Still does 8 damage, folks. Want to point that out. A 1 does 8 damage, but so you managed to cut into this thing. There is some blood spurt on your axe and some blood dripping on the ground. But now it's Rurik's turn.
I'm gonna do Spirit Guardians around me and nominate all my allies as friends.
Okay, so Spirit Guardians is on you to a range of 15 feet. Do you stay where you're at? Because she moved away. So do you stay where you're at? Or you can move to it, and it would be in the Spirit Guardians. You don't have to get close to it, but yeah. So you move your 25 feet of movement, and now it's trapped in the Spirit Guardians. It needs to make a Wisdom saving throw, which it fails, clearly. So go ahead and roll me 3d8 radiant damage. (13 points radiant damage). And it is now technically in difficult terrain because of the Spirit Guardians. Look at another donation. Okay, let's see what the donation is for. Real quick, if it alters anything. I'm gonna have my sister. I'm gonna have to text her and tell us what do you want the donation to be for. It should be something for me though, right? So, okay, was that it? That was your action to cast Spirit Guardians. And is now technically in difficult terrain as well. Anything else, Jal?
No, that's all.
Okay. So, that ends your turn. Now it's its turn. And guess what? Its turn, and it's in the Spirit Guardians. It needs to make a Wisdom saving throw. Which it fails.
Oh, I forgot to... He's gonna move because I forgot to do it. But I said it.
Yeah, so roll me another 3d8 radiant damage.
Just need to get the page.
Yeah, it's all good. Oh, sorry, I didn't even see it there. 16. 16
Okay.
points of radiant damage. Thank you, Evil Homer, for the host. So 16. So he's not looking like anything because he's invisible. I almost said too much. So he moves, but you which again you can't hit him. You know what? Scarlet, you can make an opportunity attack at disadvantage because you can see the arrow sticking out of him.
Okay.
That'll do it. 24. Jesus. And yeah, that's enough to just sink your axe into the back of this guy as he drops to the ground, like moving away. And then the invisibility shifts and he comes back into vision. And you have slain this greater Barghest as well.
Yes.
And you notice Scarlet, we'll say, around his neck on a little ring, on a little cord, is a ring. Gonna need you, because why not? This is extra life. Or should I make that a donation threshold? Nah, it's too late now. Roll me a d30. So you're going to type /roll 1d30.
What? You said /roll 1d30. right?
/roll space 1d30. $11. So, you find a ring. This ring is exceptionally smooth, the stone that it is carved out of. And it has the symbol, an infinity symbol, on the side of it. That's all you know.
Fancy.
Mm-hmm. You can't tell if it's magical because you don't have the ability to do that, so...
Okay. I found a ring.
Hey, there you go.
Not my style, but...
So, yeah, and it has been slain, and you can harvest things from it. Again, strange to see these creatures here, but, yeah, you can't really... It's dead now, so you can't really tell what its motivations were, if it had any.
I went too hard. We didn't get to question it.
Bro.
I heard her say that she found a ring, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling them.
Can I detect magic, but like subtly?
Sure. You know what? Cast Detect Magic and let's see what components it has. Verbal and somatic. So make me a sleight of hand check. What's your passive perception, Scarlet? Do you happen to know?
14.
So you see her, like, trying to be, like, with her tiny... Hoping that her tiny little hands were enough, as she's, like... You see her doing some sort of magic. You're not sure what.
Hey, Shannon, what you doing over there?
Oh, you know, just trying to help you out, trying to figure out what that is, you know, so for the good of the group.
Well, you could have asked. She's gonna walk over and go talk with her about the ring.
Alright, so what you're able to pick up... Shannon, you read many, many books. You pick up that this is... Some would call them legendary, some would call them ridiculous, some would call them a myth or a legend. This is one of the legendary 29 Infinity Rings. The Infinity Rings are crafted by a kooky wizard in a time long since forgotten, to the point where there are tons of duplicates and fakes all throughout the world. So people think that they're fake. You believe this to be the genuine, real deal, but you know that they do a cavalcade of different things. They do Sometimes they're extremely useful. Other times, not so much. But this infinity ring, the trick about them is you really don't know what they do till you put them on.
Okay, I'm gonna not tell her any of that,
All right.
and I'm gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it looks like just maybe a cursed ring. I think it's cursed. I don't know if you want to hold on to that. Maybe I should hold on to that for you."
She's just gonna shrug and be like, okay.
All
I
right.
don't like jewelry anyway.
So there you go. You have this ring now. Shannon,
Sweet.
would you like to put it on?
Yeah, I'm putting it on.
What are you doing?
All right, you put on
Did I
this.
put it on, try to put it on stealthily?
Make me another sleight of hand check. Nope.
Wow, that was terrible.
So you're just like, no, but I'm not doing anything at all. Ha ha! As you put on this ring. And, you know, I don't know what Scarlett's thoughts are, because she just say, it's a cursed ring. Watch me put it on. My dogs are excited about it as well.
Don't worry. I mean, I put on cursed stuff all the time. This is how you uncurse it. Just
Girl, you be tripping. What are you doing? She's gonna try to, like, stop her from putting it on.
All right, and now, Shannon. Oh, well, do you really try to stop her from putting it on?
Yeah, I don't want her to get hurt. She's crazy.
All right, make me an athletics check versus Shannon's athletics or acrobatics.
Oh,
Oh
God.
no, the athletics.
It's not
Natural 1! Okay, so that's a 1. So you had to beat 11 with an acrobatics or an athletics check. 1!
I get to reroll that. 'cause
We're
I'm
just
halfling.
Oh,
fumbling.
you're a halfling. You're right. You get to re-roll that. You're right. There you go. You're like, whoop, nope, and you put it on. At first, she's like going like this, and you're like, oh wait, I'm a halfling. Never mind. Well, I'm out of here, and you're gone. So you put on this ring. Chat. I'm gonna need chat to throw out a die type. A realistic die type, not any crazy D10,000s. Chat, throw me out a die of a 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, or 20. First suggestion, we're going to have Shannon roll it. So, go ahead, chat. Give us a die, an ice, D12. Done. Shannon, roll me a D12. 7. This ring... only you know this. This is, while it is a smooth ring, it is the infinity ring of smoothness. It makes you unnaturally smooth. You now have a +7 at all times to charm the opposite sex.
Gosh, this is the best ring ever.
This tiny little 2-foot something thing is like a sex
Oh my god, she is just... Now, it's an active thing. You're not, like, passively charming. You look like you all the time, but, like, if you sit there and you put on the smolder, other people, like, dudes gotta look out, because it's... You're bringing...
Or
it.
ladies.
Yeah, so you have that as well. So there you go. That's... Yeah.
I'm glad she has that because Scarlett would have been so uncomfortable.
I figured. So that worked out well then. Do we just get another donation?
Okay, we need to find a bar so I can flirt with all the people.
Joel might have.
Oh,
drinks for
we
everybody.
did. Holy cow! Another $50, folks. $50 donation that goes directly to Miss Light Nevea to get her a magic bow. Light, the user didn't
magic
specify, the donator didn't specify the bow. You get any very rare or less bow in the Dungeon Master guide.
There's like not that many.
Well, you could get a +3 bow, would be one.
Mhm.
Or you can get an oath bow, which is the only other one that's super good.
Oh, right.
So, the oath bow is ridiculous. I'm gonna block some faces real quick while I resize this window here. Oh, there we go. So, the oath bow, let's see. When you make an attack roll with this, you choose a sworn enemy. When you make an attack roll, against that sworn enemy, all attack rolls against it have advantage. It gains no benefit from cover other than total, and any attacks you make against it deal an extra 3d6 piercing damage. While your sworn enemy lives, it has disadvantage on attack rolls. You have disadvantage on attack rolls with other weapons. Not using it. However, it doesn't confer a bonus to your attack rolls normally. It would be a magic bow, so it will overcome magic resistance if you choose it, or you could just choose a bow that grants you a bonus, like a +3 bow, which would give you a +3 to attack and damage.
I'll go with that oath bow.
I figured. Alright, so you have an oath bow now. You need to whisper in Elvish to it, "Swift defeat to my enemies." Is that what it is? Yeah. When the command word is used, yeah. So there you go. You now have that. So.
Awesome.
You know what, Gozira? I'm going to turn that into a chat command because I didn't do that. Thank you for just typing that out. So that works out well for me. Alright. You guys continue on your way southward towards Daggerford. As you're doing this, though, Ash is walking along, and you kind of walk over to a tree, and the tree is rotten, and you're like, that looks weird and unnatural. I'm going to go check it out. And as you walk over and look into it, you're like, holy crap, what's this? An oath bow in this dead tree? What? And now you have an oath bow.
Awesome.
Nice transition.
Congratulations.
It really flowed with the story.
Uh-huh.
Right? There you go. So.
While we ride, I'm gonna go up next to Rurik, who I assume is male, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god.
Oh, no.
Be
And
like,
what-
hey, that was a nice shield of faith you cast on me earlier. I'd like to see it again.
Thank you.
Go ahead and make me a persuasion roll, Shannon, with a +7 on top of whatever you roll.
Oh my god.
So 31.
31. Rurik just stops his horse and is just like the cartoon wolf where your jaw hits the floor and your tongue rolls out, makes a red carpet, like that. She's just stunning. You didn't notice it before, but my god, the charm on this one, just mind blown.
I kind of ride away, and I'm like, yeah, I'm really gonna enjoy this.
Beautiful.
All right, so with that, we're gonna say you guys continue onward for the rest of the day. Sleep through the night. Anything you guys want to do specifically before you arrive to Daggerford while you're out in the woods, things like that.
No, I just want to rest up and heal up.
Okay. You guys will have taken a long rest at that night. Everybody gets all their spell slots back. Everybody is fully healed as well.
Sweet.
So, I think I should have the thing added in so that we can... sorry guys, I'm putting stuff over faces again. Don't mean to. It's just an accident. Promise. So, let's see if this works. Boom. Now I got a donate command, so that's that. Alright, so you guys rest up, everybody's fully healed. You make your way in to the city of Daggerford. It's an interesting city, Daggerford. You notice that everybody there, they don't seem to really care too much about the other people there. Daggerford is like 1984 New York City, so people kind of step on other people's faces and don't care. Everybody kind of doesn't really care what you're talking about. They move right on. We're all from Daggerford. That's how we say it here in Daggerford. So, just whatever.
Ben's just gonna wink at every guy that passes like her, like, and like give like finger guns.
As you're walking through, actually, what is your passive persuasion now that you have a +7? You roll, it was what, a 6, right? Yeah, +6. So 23, and we're going to say, is your passive persuasion as you're just walking through. And like, as you're walking through, and you guys are kind of riding through to kind of light to where your contact is at the next kind of out enclave of the Emerald Enclave, it's just a sea of just as girlfriends and wives are just slapping their husbands and significant others, just drooling over this 2'4" halfling. It's just like you can just hear it. It's almost becoming methodical. Just had the music of just this slap, slap, slap back and forth, because literally, I mean, it's not like people are just like trying to like the guy subtly with his girlfriend like checking you out. They're all like, and like everybody's like, it's not a good scene. You're just leaving a trail of just red hand-printed faces in your wake.
Shannon looks very pleased with herself.
I want to say thanks to Roberto, who gave $15 to me, but nothing particular selected. So thank you for that.
If it doesn't say, I will say this. If you go to your extra life and up at the top left, there's the kind of little gift box. And you click on donations received, you might be able to click and you might have done a message that wasn't a public message.
Yeah, it just says good luck on the marathon.
Okay, cool. So, there you go.
Thanks.
Yeah. So anyway, guys, we're doing great on our goal to hit. We're at $210. My goal was 500. That was just an arbitrary goal I set up. If we hit that, I don't know what's gonna happen, but something crazy is gonna happen. I already incorporated the infinity rings and the critical hit, critical miss table.
The Gourd God.
What?
The Gourd God.
Oh yes, that might
Yes.
that might be it. We need to come up with a name for the Gourd God. I don't think he has one yet.
I've got a big gap. I'll come up with something.
Yeah, please, because we might, if it keeps up, we might
Make
have
it
that.
a donation.
Yeah, we should.
Donation to name.
Yeah,
the
donation to name it.
Yeah, we'll have to come up with what that threshold is when we're on the break here. But you also notice, not that it might not tickle your guys' fancy one way or another, but there is an arena, like a fighting pit in the town of Daggerford, where people fight for money or glory or whatnot.
Since I assume that Shannon is going to peel off at some point
Yes.
soon, she's going to go to the fighting pit and then make men fight over her.
Oh my god, what have I done?
Make me a persuasion check. 19. It's still great for the average pit fighter. So, well, guess what? You know how you're getting other magic items when you come back later on?
Yes.
You know how you got them? Now you do. All the men fighting over you, fawning over you, gave you these items to try to win your love and your hand. So that's how that happens. Look at that. Things coming together. So, Rurik, Ash, and Scarlet watch as Shannon leaves to go make men fight over her at the pits. And you guys make your way into the next kind of office there where Ash, you're looking to find your contact. And you eventually do meet this wood elf in the kind of office there. And you as you come in, she was expecting you, and she says, "Well, I was expecting you." So, we put out a call to see if anyone had seen someone describing the object that you had said was taken from you. Reports have been scattered. There's been a lot of strange activity as of late. But I believe... Let me look at my map here for a second. We had thought initially that it was heading further south to the lower reaches of the realms, but we actually have intel now stating that they may be actually heading north, possibly to the mountains to the far north, where giants are known to reign over things. And as you recall, giants and dragons have a long sordid history, so this may have something to do with that.
All right. Thank you
good
for
thing
the
I can
information.
speak giant.
What was that, Joe?
It's a good thing I can speak giant.
Yes, dwarves typically hate giants, so that's a thing.
But I can yell at them in their own tongue.
There you go. So she says, I have provisions here and fresh mounts if you need them, rations and things. The journey is a long one to the far north. There are several way stations along the way that you can stop off at. But do you need anything else from us while you're here?
Do you have any potions or anything?
Let me see what we have in stock, and I'll tell you. Covering up everybody's faces again. Okay. She says, well, I have an amount. I have 5 greater healing potions and 2 regular healing potions that I think we could spare for someone as such a high-ranking member of the Emerald Enclave.
I appreciate that.
And she kind of looks to Rurik and Scarlet and says, I know that you are not technically members of the Enclave, but if Ash will vouch for you, you're more than welcome to join. We could get you started as Spring Wardens, I think is rank 1, whatever that is. The low ranking, you know. If you're interested, by all means, you do not have to. But figured I would off if Ash will vouch for you.
I vouch for them. They did great, especially, and she points to Scarlet, especially this one right here.
We can't hear you.
She's just blushing, and she's like, oh. What sorts of things do we have to commit to if we do join this?
I will tell you what exactly they are. The Emerald Enclave is a less restrictive group. Other ones have much more stringent rules. Their goals are restore and preserve the natural order, destroy all that is unnatural, keep the elemental forces of the world in check, like my dog. Hey, you, elemental force of the world. Quiet.
Pay attention to me.
Keep the civilization and wilderness from destroying each other. And they believe that natural order must be respected and preserved. Forces that upset the natural order must be destroyed. And civilization and wilderness must learn to coexist peacefully. Those are kind of their goals and beliefs. They just like people that are destroying and terrorizing nature for the sake of doing it. They don't stand for that. They recognize that you can't stop civilization. It will happen, but they need to be in balance. And they need to make sure that, nothing crazy out of the ordinary is going on, that kind of stuff.
Scarlett's just gonna be like, well, I would consider myself to be an ally. I don't really think that your morals are exact or what I would pledge my life and my time to, but I would help you guys whenever necessary because I think it's a valid cause.
Well, that is, when we find ourselves at times often low on allies, so any ally is a true boon to the Emerald Enclave. And what of you, Master Dwarf?
It's an interesting proposal, but I do not think my god would approve. I can be an ally, but I cannot join your cause.
Well, fair enough. And speaking of your god, I know of a gift that was to be granted to you. As if Talos spoke with an ally of his the Lady of Luck herself, Timora. And she pulls out a box and opens a box, and I'm going to need you to roll me a percentile die. Or a D100. 88. All right. So, Jal, you now have a +1 on all rolls for the length of the stream. And...
Thanks, Joel.
Yes. Thank you, Joel, for that. And... okay. You have a portable lectern from your church. That, you know, it's like you can pull it out and it turns into a lectern that you can stand at to pontificate. And while you do it, it causes your voice to boom loudly and grandly whenever you speak from this lectern. Again,
Spread the word.
Yes, those kind of trinkets are the kind of things you can look forward to for a simple $5 donation to any one of our players. I do love trinkets, as you can see. And I love infinity rings. Sometimes they make you a true man killer, and they fight over you.
Does it have a specific name?
God.
What'd you say?
The trinket.
One more
Does it
time.
have a specific...
No,
does the trinket
it's
have a
just
specific name?
no, it's just a thing I just made up. So it's a trinket. So it's all yours. So, yeah. So she kind of offers you that stuff, and at around this point, for reasons up to Scarlet, perhaps she's curious to see what's craziness Shannon has got herself into. But we're coming up to around the 3-hour mark where we're going to change players very shortly. And it just so happens we happen to be in a town where it's very easy for people to leave and new people to show up. Like I planned it or something.
So good.
So, would you like to kind of outro yourself till you come back later?
Yeah, man, she's just gonna go get some ale and just watch these people fight because she thinks it's pretty darn entertaining.
Yeah, and we can also say that perhaps Scarlet threw herself into the ring, and that might be how she won her magic items, gold, and items later. Probably pretty easily with minimal effort now that she found her belt of fire giant strength.
Yeah.
Which, let's say, was on the Barghest that you fought, because I forgot to say how you got it. So, let's just say, he had a ring and a belt.
Sounds good.
So, probably should have been hitting a lot more with that extra strength that he had that he forgot to use. Okay, so at this point, Scarlet is going to kind of walk off to the tavern to enjoy some mead or ale or whatever tickles her fancy at the moment as she watches the fighting pits go. And the wood elf who's there, let's call her Robin, says to you, Light, to Ash, well, it seems that you are missing some of your party, and if you are to try to track down this egg, I feel it is going to be dangerous. So why don't I see who I can kind of pull together as allies to go with you on the next leg of your journey as you travel northward towards the spine of the world. It's a mountain range in the north of the Forgotten Realms. So, at this point, as we're coming right up to 3 p.m., we're going to start switching our players in and out. But before we do that, and start bringing new people in, I just wanted to thank everybody who donated so many donations, much more than I thought I would have ever received. Thank you so much. All of these donations do go to the kids. This all goes to Children Miracle Network Hospital. I just posted the link there. You can go ahead and click that to donate. Any amount is appreciated. It doesn't have to be to anything specific. However, there are certain donations at the bottom of my page there that can do different things. You can add monsters. You can do what we saw, where we saw 2 of our players get very rare magic items. Some got trinkets. We've added a critical hit, critical miss table. I have some coffee, which I'm excited to be able to go get in just a little bit, since I haven't had any today. Trinkets are only $5, and you can see they're pretty interesting stuff. So, you know, lots of cool stuff is going on. So if you guys want to donate, you can feel free. Also, a lot of our players have their own pages. You can donate to tweak things there. I know in the next match here, Amy, who will be joining us shortly, she has her own page where you can click to donate to her to tweak stuff for her character. Funny enough, we have a Wood Elf Ranger joining our other Ranger, so we're going to have double Ranger. So that's going to be interesting. So, to Laura and Katie, is there anything you guys would like to say before you kind of gracefully bow out till you return in 9 hours at midnight to play again?
Just keep donating and keep juicing Scarlet up because she's ready to go full bro.
I'm kind of hoping that I end the stream as like a villain. So I don't know. This could be interesting.
Wow. All right. Not what I was expecting, but okay.
Queen of the men.
Well, she's on a pretty good start.
God.
So.
Yeah, I'll
All right.
see you back at midnight, everybody.
Yeah, thank
All right.
you.
Thanks, guys.
See you guys later.
Yeah. All right. So, what we're going to do here on this end is we are going to take a short break. Everything's going to stay up. I wanted to put up like an actual image on the screen, but I didn't think about that. Also, in my brain, I was going to talk to people ahead of time and be like, hey, can somebody make me a Be Right Back image? And then I didn't. So...
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you were the person I was going to target with that, and then I didn't. So I don't blame myself for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to bow out for just a sec. Everybody will run and do bio breaks, grab drinks, food, whatever. I've got a bag.
Level up.
Level up. I've got a bag of snacks right here I'm very excited about. This was my wife's way of being pissed that she was going away for the weekend, and I didn't spend enough time with her. She says, well, I'm going to sabotage your diet, so I'm going to give you snacks. So, you know, get yourself a girl who can do both. That can be mean to you, but also give you candy. All right, so, Jal, you're here for this next one, right?
Yes.
Yes. And Light, you are as well. So you both leveled up to level 6.
Nice.
So you guys get your extra HP. You get, you know, other spell slots, whatever else is going on with that. You're all set for that as well. And while I'm going to throw up a little, like, just something on the screen here to say "Be right back." Well, again, you don't have to roll for HP if you don't want. Just throw that out there. You can choose to take the half.
Yeah, my bonus is so high. Even if I
Yeah.
get a bad roll, I don't care.
Yeah, that's fair. So at level 6, yeah, you get your greater favorite enemy. Zhao, you get a second channel divinity. You also get the ability to push people back when they hit you.
No,
Or no, I'm sorry, whenever you do
lightning.
lightning damage. Also, forgot to mention that you had your thunderous, your Wrath of the Storm ability, where when they
Yeah, I
hit
know.
you, you can do damage to them. But
I forgot to use it, and then when I remembered, nothing hit me. So.
yeah, that's fair. So just keep that stuff in mind. As far as Shannon and Scarlet, they're coming back at level 8. So for Scarlet, that's going to be 2 ability score improvements and or feats, because as a fighter, she gets one at 6 and one at 8. So stuff to keep in mind. And now you don't have to worry about raising your strength anymore. since it's
Yeah,
at
well,
20.
I was at 20 already.
Well, now it's at 24. There you go.
Are we coming back at 9 or 8?
I've got you guys on this list for 9. My bad. You're right, 9.
It's
looked at
okay.
the wrong
I just
one.
want.
No, I looked at the wrong one. You guys are coming back at 9. So, yeah.
Wait, what? I have midnight.
9, level 9.
Level 9.
Level 9. I'm sorry. Okay. Yeah,
Yes.
that makes sense.
Yeah. You're coming back at midnight at level 9.
Perfect.
So you guys can go ahead and level yourselves up in here, whatever you got to do. And then again, Jal and Light. Jal, yours is pretty easy.
It's already done.
Yeah, level 6 for Cleric's not that much. Light, it's your greater favorite enemy, which I think you said you're going to take dragons, and it's a +4 to all damage
Yep.
with those. +4 to damage against dragons, and whatever you chose as your regular favorite enemy.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, give yourself your extra HP. And I think you might learn another spell.
Doesn't show it.
Yeah, it might not. Let me just take
No,
a look.
still it's 4 and 2.
Yeah. That sounds about right. I just figured I would do a quick check. 6,
Yeah,
yeah,
it's-
4 and 2. Yep. So, okay. So you guys work on that. I'm going to throw up, I guess, maybe just the Dungeons and Dragons extra life image on the screen with a be right back. And then we'll take a quick break. I'll throw on some music of some kind in the background. Character creation jazz. Yeah, everybody's favorite.
Woo!
Nope.
I mean, I could throw up some other stuff too. That's fine. Let's just grab an image to put up on the screen here.